The new areas are so fucking lit. The new bounty things are fucking lit. New pals are fucking lit. New variations of other pals are fucking lit.
Over there? Oh, it's been a while. Let's go say hi.
Is it Navia? Release Navia? I can't believe it.
Hey, Navia, what you up to?
She's now undercover. I bet. I already called it. I'm so good, man. I'm so fucking good.
Get lost, Monica! I don't want to see you back here until you're ready to wake up and start doing things properly! Right now, you're a disgrace to my kitchen and to the Hotel de Boer name!
It was an accident.
I'm sorry, did you hear me asking for excuses?
No, I'll do better, I promise.
Why is she so aggressive? She won't even listen to what the poor girl has to say. Oh, hey, cut her some slack. You gotta at least hear her out.
Wait!
Huh? Who do you think you are telling me? Wait a sec. Navia? Huh. So, you're bringing backup now. Suit yourself! You're still wasting your time!
Man, I'm disappointed with Amina Galai. How?
Savannah,
Like, big question,
is this
how?
how you always
Like-
treat your staff?
When? Where? How?
My
Who?
staff is right. I'm the one in charge here now. And last time I checked, the Hotel de Boer doesn't take orders from the Spina di Rosula.
Of course. How you run your kitchen is none of our business. But when a member of your staff is
It's not
so
doing much
overworked
damage.
he becomes gravely
Can't relate.
ill, that most definitely
Can
is
definitely not
our
relate.
business. We're going to stand up for him, whether you like it or not.
Overworked?
Maybe
I've
because you
said
don't
it
have
before,
trigger.
And I'll say it again. If Ferman can't handle the job, then tough luck.
Using
There are plenty of
Caesar
other capable
Pulcra.
people I can hire instead.
Caesar's more like
But
a
Philmont
backup
can do the
support
job,
solution,
he just...
while I play like
inside.
completely aggressive with Pulcra's
Huh?
trigger.
But you said...
Like,
I
if I get
shouldn't come
fucked,
back
skill issue,
until-
okay? Straight up.
Just do as you're told, and not another
And not,
word out
like,
of you.
I know
Come
using
on, we
Caesar
have work
makes
to
a lot of
do.
sense for her, because she's very frail and stuff like that, right? Never did it.
Wow, what a horrible person.
Works out for me. I don't know,
Sorry.
but
Looks like I've dragged
Yeah.
you into some drama
I have
again.
a lot more damage to deal with, since I'm stunning very quickly.
Her name is Savannah. She's the new
I just
head
don't
chef
have
at
anything
Hotel de
better.
Boer. Ever since she took the job, she's been enforcing a brutal work regime and putting a huge amount of pressure on her staff.
I'm trying to think of
Was so
characters that you
overworked,
could
he
use
collapsed
instead.
from illness. He's been bedridden for
Like,
days.
there's not much. I
and he
guess you
can
can
barely
double
even talk
envy.
properly.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's all my
Besides that, I don't think
I don't
anything
deserve
comes to mind,
be a
actually.
chef.
At his family's request, the Spina
Like, you
di
want
Rosula
to
is
stun
trying
enemies
to
definitely
mediate
with
on his
her.
behalf. We're
And
not
ideally, you
exactly
would
making a ton
you
of
want to
progress,
use
as
the
you said.
aftermath. I don't remember what it
Savannah
was.
is adamant that
And see how
Vermont's
Ambi
exhaustion
were better
and
than
illness
Caesar.
have nothing to do with her or how
quicker
she's been
stun.
running her kitchen. She's refusing to have any kind of meaningful
Aftershocks,
dialogue
yes,
with
okay, good.
us. Our next thought was to
The thing
talk
is,
to the other
Ambi
chefs at the
buffs
restaurant
Aftershocks,
and get a better idea
and
of
there's
their
only two
working
Aftershocks
conditions.
character, right?
But with Savannah
So,
watching them like
if
a
you cannot
hawk,
use
no
one
has
of
been
them,
willing to open up.
it's kind of tough already.
And
Doesn't have
that's
she,
why I'm
she has
here,
stun,
doing it the
but not as much
old-fashioned
as a
way.
normal stun unit, because
Camping
she's a
out,
defense unit.
watching, and
Caesar
waiting
stuns a
for an
lot
opportunity.
slower. Also, Caesar needs to be on field for a long time to stun. While Ambi, you can do the triple auto attack thing and then use E and then switch out to Pulcra or some shit, right? But, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I think your team is already pretty solid, but it's very safe and more on survival instead of like actually stunning and DPSing.
Oh, shoot. It all makes sense now. Sorry. Paimon should have thunk before she spoke. Did Paimon ruin everything?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Not at all.
Paimon
Paimon.
always ruins everything.
Honestly,
Ask her
the
VA.
way she was laying into Monica, someone had to step in. I'm sure I would have piped up if you hadn't. And besides, I don't really think I'm built for espionage.
Espionage. Ooh. Oui, oui, baby. Baguette.
Yeah, meaning it's gonna be all the more difficult to get the inside scoop now. Oh, I might as well head back to the Fleuve Cendre then. We'll need to come up with a whole new game plan.
At least Caesar cannot stun off you, which is a little bit of an issue.
'Cause this
But then
is
again,
kinda all Paimon's fault.
nobody can. Only Pulcra and what's her name? Trigger.
Guys, it's fine. You don't need to worry about it. That said, if you were planning to visit the Fleuve Cendre anyway, let me take you out for a meal. I'll make sure it's a proper feast. A really famous chef just joined the Spina di Rosula's tavern. Her name is...
Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to apologize for the scene you
Her
witnessed
name
just now.
is...
We shouldn't subject our customers to that. This is a small token from us. It's some candy from Monica. She asked me to make sure it was delivered into your hands.
Monica's the one apologizing? Huh. Clearly Savannah is the one who owes an apology.
Our head chef has been a little highly strung lately. Sorry for everything.
Paimon, don't make things more difficult for her.
Alright. Since there's candy, Paimon will drop it. Not the candy.
Not the candy.
Thank you for understanding. We'll make sure to pass your feedback on to Miss Savannah.
A little highly strung, huh?
Looks like with Savannah in the kitchen, even the waiting staff are on edge.
Paimon doesn't get it.
Imagine
It's someone
edging as
hurry
a
to
waitress
become head chef.
in front of the customer.
Well,
I can't
according
believe
to
it.
Fermat's family, she hasn't always been like this. But that's a story for another time. Let's try this candy.
They underestimate Navia's affinity for sweets.
Oh, Paimon totally gets it. Come on, dig in! Huh? Hold on, there's something written on the wrapper. Find... Escoffier?
Yep, that is the chef. It's a salad goon maxing chef.
Escoffier?
The newest whore in town.
This mean?
Huh? You know that name, Navia?
Yeah. Let's stick to the plan and go back to the Fleuve Cendre for now. That's where we'll find Escoffier anyway.
Blue Sandra? Where the fuck do I have to go for that? No fucking idea. Underneath me, of course. I'm pausing, suck my day. But yeah, Vivi, damn, god damn. I used her earlier for the first time basically in Chiyu with Miyabi and Astra, so basically the best team in the game right now.
Anyway.
It's crazy, it's absolutely absurd.
Well, for starters, she used
You
to
beat
be the
shit
head
in like
chef
30
at the
seconds.
Hotel de Boer.
You have
Before
so much
Savannah.
AoE, shit's getting grooved left and
Recreated
right.
the legendary Gâteau de Boer and restored the restaurant back to
Insane
its former
damage.
glory. Safe to
And normally
say,
blooming
she's the most
left and right.
renowned
It's
head
crazy.
chef in the Hotel de Boer's history, after the culinary genius Modeste himself.
Gâteau de Boer?
And that was with a blowjob
That's the
engine,
super
not her
expensive
engine,
cake that
okay?
they only sell a few slices a day, right?
I saw that. Pfft, that's absurd.
Why the heck would she let Savannah take her place?
Ah, I'm so fucking happy.
Well, apparently,
Getting Vivi engine
the Hotel
now.
de Boer was reported for a
Means I get
safety
shiny
incident.
purple hair.
Someone claims that the kitchen was adding an illegal substance to their menu. But
The
none of
what?
the
What?
chefs had
The what?
any idea how it could have gotten into the
The
food.
engine.
In the end, Escoffier decided that as head chef, she should take responsibility.
The
And she was
blowjob
sent to
engine.
the fortress of Meripede.
The battle
It's
pass.
a Mirapede.
There's only one. Once you see the engine, you know, ah, yeah, that one.
Well, you're right. The quantity of the substance they found was fairly minimal. Even the guards believed the whole thing was probably just an accident. Escoffier didn't have to stay in the fortress for long, but still, by the time she returned, the role of head chef had already passed to Savannah.
Oh,
So
that one.
that's
Exact.
what
You get it.
happened.
Okay, you get it.
Paimon still thinks it's really
Forgot about it.
unfair.
It's fair.
Even though Escoffier is no longer
I only
head chef at
know
the
2
hotel,
battle pass
she's
engines
still
anyway.
well
The other
respected by the
3
staff.
I've completely forgotten.
So, I'm
I don't know
guessing
how
what
they look
Monica
like.
wants
I have no idea.
is for us to convince Escoffier
I know
to
the-
try and negotiate with Savannah on the
This
staff's behalf.
6 bullet shooter that only has 5 bullets. And
Paimon gets it.
The blowjob
Monica wants
engine.
Escoffier to come back and kick Savannah out.
the 6.5 shooter, yes.
It's simple. If the new head chef is stressing everyone out, then the solution is just get the old one back.
Well, about that.
You thought cream of mushroom soup was ready to serve after 3.5 minutes on the stove. You'd have had more sense serving hot water with ice cubes. At least then you wouldn't have wasted all this perfectly good cream and mushroom. What
I
do you
have
say,
no idea
Hilaire?
still what runs between their titties.
Sorry, Cream.
I have no fucking idea.
Sorry, Mushroom.
I am
As you
so
can
fucking
see,
confused, but
Escoffier is
I
that
guess
kind of chef
new
as
Hoyo
well.
design team is like more down bad than anything else.
You have to leave it on the heat for long enough to allow those flavors the chance to come out. Don't be fooled by the aroma when the water first starts to boil. Got it?
Yes, Chef.
Then go back and do it again. The customers are still waiting. Remember where you went wrong and don't repeat the same
Like if you look
mistake
at it,
twice.
you don't know where it starts, you don't
yes,
know
chef.
what fucking color that's supposed to be, and you don't even see where the fuck it ends. Miss Gordon, yes.
Excuse us,
Waiting to be served? Sorry, we're pretty busy. I'm afraid you have to join the line.
Oh, no, we're not here to eat.
So you're not paying customers? Then I'm afraid the wait will be even longer.
It's hard to talk to Escoffier when she's in the zone. Let's take a seat. We can catch up while we wait.
Oh my god. Oh my god. She's so much God Ramsay, it's crazy. I'm dying.
Looks like the rush
Nice.
hour is finally over. Is it always this busy here?
These days, yes. I'd say business has tripled since Escoffier joined as temporary head chef.
She didn't want to go back to Hotel de Bois.
Well, in her words, the Hotel de Boer doesn't need her anymore. It doesn't look like she's got any plans to go back.
See success?
I'll be
Cool.
heading off
Nice. Grats, dude.
Wait, take these home with you.
I got him
We can't
C6
serve
this
them
time
now,
as
and there's
well.
no sense in letting them go to
I only
waste.
pulled him. I pulled, I think, like
Oh.
one pipe only.
Thank you, Chef.
Was very
For
depressing.
what? Like I said, I just don't want them going to waste. Oh, and tell Fiamma to get well soon, so you're not running yourself ragged every single shift.
Firmo. That's the second time we've heard that name. Who is that again?
I'm like
He's
C4
the
before
chef
Vivi
that
Banner.
fell ill from
Damn.
stress. Hilarious.
I haven't C1.
And with mom stuck at home taking
I think it
care
was
of
C1.
Dad,
Maybe it was C0. No, it should be
he
C1.
decided to pick up some work
Yeah,
to
it
help
was
pay
probably
the
C1.
bills. Escoffier knows their situation, so she's been
I got
making
this
some
bitch
extra
ass,
food every day for him to take
like
home.
basically 5 times in a row.
Hey, I heard that, Navia. I've told you before, no one's making extra food. Hilaire is making blunders in the kitchen, and I can't serve his failed dishes, so he might as well take them home.
Yeah, failed dishes that just so happen to be nutritionally complete every single time.
So, you two must be the world-famous traveler and her companion.
Escoffier is so
Paimon,
fucking hot,
yes?
not gonna lie.
Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, so you know us already.
She's triggering my
Let's get
fans
your
with
introduction then.
so many things, and then
We're
she's
here to
speaking
talk about Savannah.
like Gordon Ramsay and everything is ruined. I can't believe it, ma.
Oh, I certainly am. The Spina's headquarters are right next to the tavern. And I'i've lost count of the number
You
of
already
times
saw
Nami's come
the
to
thing, right?
pester
I
me
already
about
posted
it.
it. Right?
But
She is very
I don't work for
detailed
the hotel
in
DeBoer anymore. And being ex-head chef
a lot of
doesn't give
things,
me the
okay? A
right
lot
to
of
interfere with
things.
that business. Besides, I'm the one who persuaded Savannah to take the job in the first place.
What?
Fun fact.
Well, she
If
was a
you
much
take the
gentler
camera
person back then.
and
A
look
little
at Escoffier for too
timid.
long, she's
She
starting to
wasn't
blush.
all confident that she was the right
You're
fit for the
welcome.
role.
That's hard to believe. Are we definitely talking about the same Savannah here?
Honestly, I do wonder if she's just emulating me. I mean, I'm not the most pleasant head chef to be around either. Anyway, suffice to say that given the history between us, it'll be tricky for me to tell her she's doing her job wrong without coming across like a huge hypocrite. Fiamar and the others probably think that Savannah gets it all from me.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Escoffier. Look at this note we got from Monica.
She mentioned me.
Whatever shortcomings you feel you have, it looks like Monica still trusts you. As for the others, well, how can you know what they think unless you ask them?
Monica.
Plus, it's not like we're asking you to storm in there and raise hell. We're only in the initial phase of our investigation. All we're trying to do is get the other chefs to open up to us.
Oh, Monica. Oh, Monica.
Escoffier?
She's getting fucking angry.
I can't believe her! Powdered sugar is supposed to be applied sparingly. Look at all that on the wrapper. It's thicker than the sole of my shoe. Unbelievable! I won't stand for this. She has to learn. Come on, we're going.
Okay, of course.
Wait, so now she's...
Mad at the fucking rapper. I can't believe it.
Let's go catch up
Oh
to
my
her.
god, she's
We don't want to
psychopathic.
keep her waiting.
I wonder if I can look at her with the camera now to showcase the blushing. No, the bitch is just not here. I also, not gonna lie, do have no fucking idea what to use with her together in a team. Like, I'm not gonna use Ayaka, fuck that, that's gonna be happening.
Wait,
And besides that,
She
there's
looks
nothing
like-
left.
is that Escoffier?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Let me equip camera quickly. There's nothing you have. Yeah, it's basically nothing. I can use Ayaka, I can use Neuvillette.
I'm so sorry. I messed up your order.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, I
And
wouldn't
even
go
though
that
that would
far.
not make sense,
Maybe the
because
taste is a little
you would
off, but
like
if
to
you hadn't
use
brought it up, I don't think
Kazuha
I would've
here,
noticed.
because Kazuha
But-
will give you another reaction which
Please,
boosts his damage
you
more.
have to forgive me, or Chef is
So, is that even worth
gonna...
it?
Okay, I know.
It's so weird.
I'll kneel before you.
What the heck?
Oh my fucking god. Triggering all the kings at one
Get
point.
up, Monica. Can't you see that you're just making your customer feel more awkward?
Escoffier?
If you want forgiveness, then do what any self-respecting chef would do.
I mean, who else
Make
is there?
the dish again.
Ayato?
And this time, get it right. You cannot
No.
go begging your
No.
customers to feel sorry for you.
I...
Molani? That's definitely a no.
back in the kitchen until I've corrected my mistake.
What else do we have?
If I can't
Yes,
go
I don't
back
think
into
there's
the
anything
kitchen,
left.
I can't do the dish over.
Kokomi freeze, I guess, but
Backwards logic?
I'm not sure about that
Fix your mistake
one.
without being allowed to cook. If this is what Fermat had to put up with, then no wonder he had a breakdown.
We apologize for interrupting your meal, sir.
It's fine. With my layman's palate, it's not like I can tell the difference anyway.
Freeze
I was actually
child.
quite enjoying my meal until she appeared out of nowhere and started apologizing. Gave me a bit of a fright, to be honest.
Oh, well, it's because
Chef Savannah tasted a bit of the leftover soup from my pot and then threw me out of the kitchen.
Gosh, that's pretty strict. Has she always been that way? I don't recall things being like this when Escoffier was head chef here. I gotta say, you're all looking a little worse for wear these days.
I mean, Escoffier was strict too, but I think the difference is that her criticism was more constructive, so you knew what you did wrong and how to improve, and we all knew that it came from a good place. Chef Escoffier was hard on us because she truly wanted us to reach her level. But these days, whenever we make a mistake, we just get told to wake up, get your head in the game, or just do it again. And it's only gotten worse since word got out that Chef Escoffier had started working again in the Fleuve Cendre.
Monica, you don't need to call me chef. I'm not the boss here anymore.
Yeah, but through no fault of
This
your own.
poor dude. Dude,
what
imagine
happened
you want to
back
eat
then,
a fucking
that
soup.
wasn't on you, and all of us
First,
know that.
some
That
chef
banquet
comes to
was a
you,
huge event,
goes
and
on
so
her
many
knees in
staff
front
were
of you,
involved every step of the way.
and then
With so many moving parts,
a chef that
there's
looks
no
like
way
she's
of
a
knowing
fucking
how that
horror
Lumi Lee
comes
ended up in
by,
the food we
tells her to
served.
stand up,
Lumily?
yaps more, and now
What's
there's a
that?
fucking,
A new
I don't know,
drug from the
background
Fontaine
story nobody
Research
wants to
Institute,
know, and he just wants to eat the
produced from
fucking
an
soup.
extract of the
What the fuck is this?
Lumitoile. Apparently it sharpens the senses, so they used it to treat people with impaired responses to stimuli.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. They found out you can use it as a flavor enhancer since it stimulates the taste buds. Makes things pretty addictive.
They also found that overuse can have mood-altering effects, and even lead to nerve damage. So it quickly ended up on the guards' list of controlled substances. Unfortunately, however, some food products containing the additive had already made it to the market by the time the guards banned it from the restaurant industry.
Everyone knows that in all likelihood, someone probably just purchased a batch of contaminated ingredients by mistake. But you took all the blame. We all know why. You just didn't want to see this turn into a place where tensions are constantly running high. Because everyone's suspicious of each other all the time. And now look at you. A fry chef in the Fleuve Cendre.
What are you trying to say?
What are you trying
Sure,
to
the
say?
Spina's Tavern is no Hotel de Boer, but come on. It's not that bad, is it?
Oh, the Fleuve Cendre, you say? Great. That's where I'm downing from now on.
Oh my god.
Monica, I'm very happy with my current job. And there's no changing the past. We just have to let bygones be bygones. Besides, at the end of the day, I was the head chef, regardless of whose mistake it was. Ultimately, the responsibility lay with me.
If only Savannah was half the boss you were.
I'm sorry? Do you have a problem with my conduct as head chef?
No, chef.
So, you do remember who's boss. Escoffier?
What a fucking nightmare.
I thought you'd left this place for good. What are you doing back here?
What happened to you, Savannah? Why are you acting like this? When I turned this place over to you,
You made me the head chef and gave up your right to tell me how to do my job. You're not the boss here anymore, so stop acting like you own the place.
Whoa. Sounds like someone has a chip on her shoulder.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Oh, Savannah! My God, have you grown a temper since I last saw you? Have you put even half the amount of energy into improving your cooking skills, or are you still using the Pluie Lotus as an off-brand marcotte, thinking no one can tell the difference?
That's none of your business!
That means yes.
What happened to not storming in and raising hell?
Ho ho! I was not expecting to
Dude,
see
what the
something
fuck
this
is this
spicy
drama
as soon as
show, man?
Escoffier returned.
Huh? Fan Asian?
Aye, miladies. Might I make a
Aye,
humble
miladies.
suggestion? Given that we have ourselves a tete-a-tete between chefs at the Hotel de Bord,
Oh my god,
dare
he's
say it would be de
so
rigueur to settle
gay
this
sounding. It's
the
crazy.
traditional way.
Oh
traditional
god.
That can only mean one thing.
That's right. I'm talking, of course, about the tradition established by Modeste himself. The cooking contest!
According to legend, the founders of Hotel de Boer, Modeste and Savelli, used this method to resolve all of their disputes.
Did they actually put a
Everything from
Frenchman
petty
in
arguments
there?
over next week's menu to disagreements over the strategic direction of the restaurant.
I am so
The
confused.
cooking contest would decide who had the final say.
The cooking contest?
Huh. It sounds like they had a lot of free time on their hands.
Ah, well, it might sound that way to us.
Hi,
the cooking contest played an enormous role in motivating chefs to hone their skills, reaching new heights of excellence in the culinary arts.
This is so
And
nightmare.
indeed,
Goddamn.
the reintroduction of this institution in recent years has surely been instrumental in transforming the Hotel de Boer into the top-ranking restaurant in Fontaine.
Reintroduction? Someone brought it back? Who?
Well, someone is
What say
looking.
you, Escoffier? Surely
Can we
you
do?
of all people won't back down. from
Rena
this
kind of
challenge.
works.
It was you who put the rule in place.
I mean, if
after
she would
all.
cook, everybody would die. Okay. Straight up food poisoning left and right.
Sure, I reinstated it, but I'm not a chef at Hotel de Boer anymore. Isn't this bending the rules a little?
I see no issue as long as both sides agree.
But the
to
arena kind of
terms.
works in that team,
We
I
could
think.
simply
What
treat
you
it
wanted
as
to say.
an exhibition of
Um,
sorts. Savannah,
with
any objections?
Envy, I assume? Double envy?
Exhibition.
Or do you single envy?
No. If we're going to battle it out, let's put it all on the line. If I lose, it's up to you what happens to me.
Beheaded.
I don't want anything to happen
It's French,
to you.
they will be beheaded.
But if you lose, you hand over the Codex de Boer to me.
What? The Codex de Boer?
Huh? The fuck is that?
Only the legendary handbook written by the original head chef Modeste. It contains all his secret recipes, including Gâteau de Boer. It's the greatest treasure in Fontaine's culinary world. And only the
Look,
present and
so many
former
4 stars
head
and
chefs
somebody
of
got a
the
5
Hotel
star.
de Boer have the right to read it.
Present and former. Wait, but that already includes Savannah, though.
What do you want that old thing for? You have your own copy, don't you?
Don't take me for a fool. You know perfectly well what I mean. I want your copy, the original version, the one you took with you when you left us.
I'm sorry, I must be missing something. You know, there's no difference between the original and the copy, right? They contain the exact same recipes.
Stop trying to change the topic. What's wrong, Escoffier? Scared you're gonna lose to me? Or are you scared of me getting my hands on the original Codex?
Savannah, you may remember that we gave her the original as a parting gift to thank Escoffier for her years of service. Asking for it back feels a little,
Oh, I'm sure it won't be an issue, as long as both sides agree to the terms. Those were your words, weren't they? And as for the contest itself, let's make it a bake-off. Gâteau de Boer, per the recipe in the Codex. Well, Escoffier,
Oh
you
god.
against me.
With Pulcra?
Are you
Yeah, it works
in
too.
or out?
Pulcra at
You
least
sound surprisingly
gets
confident.
a little bit buffed.
Alright then, let's see how much you've actually grown. I hope you surprise me, Savannah. I'd hate to find out that all
One
you've
thing
learned
I do
after
not
this
really
long is
understand
how to
about
chew
Pulcra
people's
is
heads off.
how she's supposed to manage her energy,
Believe me,
because
I'll show you.
it feels like she's always lacking energy somewhere in the middle of the
Okay.
battle.
Are you sure this is a good idea? You accepted her terms a little hastily.
We're still very
Oh,
slow and
it'll
great
be
with
fine.
Miyabi
Let's
nice.
head back to the flow of
I mean, the
Sandra so I
second
can get
half-
prepping.
Miyabi, Vivi, absolutely demolished shit. Miyabi alone, probably demolished shit. Okay? So, I think it is made to be that way, that the first half is just very slow compared to the second half. Like, the second half, it takes like a minute maybe. Even with a mid-team.
I do.
While the first
apologize.
half takes like
This whole
3.5
ordeal
minutes up to
reflects rather
sometimes.
poorly on us. I'm afraid it's not quite that simple. The Hotel de Boer runs
The
as more
Hotel
of a
de Boer.
partnership, you see.
Partnership.
It was founded by two friends, Modeste and Savelli, and it's been that way ever since. So, while I am technically Savannah's boss, it's not really my place to interfere with the business of the kitchen. To be perfectly honest with you, that's
But you
part of
also
the
can
reason why I
try as
suggested a
Jingy
cooking contest.
in there.
If Escoffier
Since,
wins, it would be the perfect
what's her name?
opportunity for her to
MB
talk
kinda
some
uses
sense
quite a
into
lot of auto
Savannah.
attacking, right?
Or, of course, if she wanted to return.
I know it's not
then-
ideal, but I think it could work
But anyway, I'm
too.
getting ahead of myself. Whatever the outcome, this contest will hopefully serve as a turning point for us. Please, pass on my best wishes to Escoffier. I must say, Savannah surprised
But I
me with
don't
her
think
confidence.
MB really needs it. MB
Does
has
she really
very good
believe she can
AoE.
best
If you can
Escoffier in
group
the
a little
kitchen?
bit enemies together in the
I
first
thought she was just blowing off steam when
wave,
she first raised the
they
idea
just
to
get
me.
deleted. So, yeah. I'm not too
I
sure.
can't believe I got to witness that firsthand. I only stopped by here for a quick meal. I definitely got my Mora's worth today.
Okay, where's the slot? Cliff Central. Let's see.
So, this whole bake-off thing kind of came out of nowhere. Was it really sensible to just go along with it?
Well, I got a sense that she's holding something back. But we chefs always express ourselves in our cooking. So if she won't talk, this might be the best way to find out what's really going on with her.
Huh? Holding back? Sure didn't sound that way to Paimon.
Escoffier only picked up on it because she's the same way. Always closed off, never letting you know what she really thinks.
That's patently false, at least where your macarons are concerned. I've been nothing but truthful with you about the disgraceful amount of sugar you use.
Okay, that's one case where you can keep your thoughts to yourself.
My god. So anyway, what's this Codex de Boer she's obsessed with?
Oh, that? Well, it's not so much a recipe book as a diary of Modest's adventures. Back in the day, he and his good friend Zavelli explored far and wide. Partly adventuring,
Far and wide?
partly looking for new ingredients and developing new recipes. Their creations had an enormous influence on the course of Fontaine cuisine,
To catch them
turning
all,
it into a much more
Pokemon.
vibrant and diverse scene. For instance, legend has it that the original Gâteau de Boer was made using a special secret ingredient that Modeste discovered on one of his adventures. So rare was the ingredient that they could never make more than 16 slices of the cake per day. But everyone who tried it claimed that it was one of the most blissful and invigorating things they had ever tasted.
Damn.
Modeste and Savelli
Probably
went on
cocaine
to found
inside.
the original Hôtel de Boer, which catapulted them to stardom in Fontaine's culinary world. Especially Modeste.
What about stage
He
6
was
by the way?
hailed as a
She by the way? Fair.
once-in-a-generation genius.
I mean,
And over
stage
time,
6,
the recipes
I had
from
to
his adventure
reset as
log
well
became
because I
known as the
tried to
Codex
Bernie's
de
Piper
Boer.
it and just straight up didn't work.
Paimon's heard this kind of story before.
Just realized.
And with the Codex, the
It's
Hotel
new
de
elf.
Boer took its rightful place as the finest restaurant in the land, serving those recipes
Yeah, I
for
just reset today.
centuries to come.
Did you?
Something like that?
What? No, of course not. Cooking is a constantly evolving art form. How could any restaurant survive if they only served food that was popular last century?
Miss another Shiyu?
Anyway,
You will never
mind
financially
centuries.
recover from that.
Savelli and Modeste parted ways not even 10 years after their rise to fame.
It's over,
Then,
man. Reset.
Modeste passed
Just
away while he
reset.
was still in his prime. And that was it. The end of the Hôtel de Boer's heyday. It fell into decline, and for most of its history, it was just a
I think
nondescript
current
place
Shiyu
with
is
a couple of cheap tables.
pretty interesting.
It's only in recent decades that it started recovering.
I don't know what I would
Even
run
then,
the
it
first
still
half,
took
honestly.
numerous relocations and
Besides
changes of
Lucy
management
Bernie's
before we
Piper,
finally
but
ended up with
Lucy
Vanisham
Bernie's Piper
and
just
the
doesn't work
restaurant we
well
have
because you
today.
want to stun enemies in the first half
Codex
this time
really
around.
isn't all that.
So Yeah.
I figured it was like one of those
Because of
mystery
where?
books
Yeah.
they have in Liu's martial arts novels, where the main character learns all their
You.
secret powers from.
Yes, well, that's fiction, and this
In general.
is reality. You can't
Like,
get the taste of modern diners
4 and
by
5
following
were
some
easy.
ancient recipes from
6,
dusty
I
old
had to
books.
reset. There's no shot.
Case in
I had to
point.
switch.
Even the Gâteau
And
de
on
Bois
7,
you sell now is
I switched
actually
again
Escoffier's
just because
reimagination.
7 is
Wait,
ice
really?
weakness. So I used Ellen, right? Because why wouldn't I use Ellen if I can use Ellen?
It did, but like I said, it's
Yeah,
the
6 and
dusty
7
old
were,
book now,
I would
and
say,
the
somewhat
records
tough this
aren't
time
as
around.
legible as they once were.
Because they
Not to
forced you
mention
to use a
that there's
stun.
no way of finding the
If you don't have a
secret ingredient
stunner,
Modest wrote about.
well, good luck.
So reimagination
It's just not gonna
isn't
work
right.
well.
I consulted some historical records and took what I could from the codex. But ultimately, the Gâteau de Bois of today is my own recipe.
Oh, it's 6 and
As for
7.
why we gave it
I
the same
used
name
Yabi
and kept the
Bernice
tradition
on
of
second
only
half.
selling 16
Yeah, I
slices
used
a day? Well,
Miyabi
you've got
and
Managem's
Vivi,
business
darling,
sense to
and
thank
Astra.
for that.
They're too good, yeah.
Oh. Huh.
I would have done the same,
Well,
but
that kind
I
of
want to
makes
use
all the
Vivi,
mistakes
darling,
out of it.
right? So it's not like I have a choice.
Hey now, it
the
might
second
not
half
be the
is
original
very
Gâteau de Bois,
Ice and
but it's still
Ether
the most
weak
delicious cake
focused,
in
so
Fontaine
there's not like
today.
I have
And
option.
who knows? Maybe Escoffier's version is more suited to your palate. Just think, if the original truly was the perfect cake you're imagining it to be, there's no way the recipe would have been lost to history, right? Not to mention that the Hotel de Bois never would have fallen into a slump.
Anyway, before I left my role as head chef, I made a copy of all the recipes from the codex, including my own improved versions, and turned them over to Savannah.
So why is she so interested in the original copy?
Because she wants the worst versions.
A symbolic thing? Like, whoever holds
I could
the original
assume
Codex de Bois is the true head chef.
Q 6 could be
Well, it was
Fire Rest
clearly
is a myth
precious enough
able.
to give to Escoffier as a parting gift.
I tried.
Meanwhile,
No,
Savannah only got a copy.
it's not a myth.
Maybe from her point of view.
If I had a stunner,
it's
maybe.
Like management doesn't
But
truly
without a
see her as
stunner,
being worthy of the
yeah,
role.
no. And I have C2 bunnies. Keep that in
You
mind.
think so? The only thing is, it was her
Didn't feel
suggestion
like
to
I was
give me
doing
the
shit
original
there.
in the first place.
Lighter?
Well, a joint decision by her and
I guess
Managem.
maybe that could have worked.
Still.
What?
But then I would need to replace either Piper or
Guess she's
Bernice.
had a major change of
So
heart
it would
since
be in
she
that
became head
case
chef. Yeesh.
Piper, I guess.
Who knows? We could speculate forever. Better to just let our Gâteau do the talking.
But keep in mind, even if the enemies are fire resistant, they get less stun gauge by fire units. So it's actually pretty bad.
It means
You will not
besting her
stun
in this bake-off,
enjoyably.
and then getting her to explain herself, even if I have to beat it out of her with
A
a
very
spatula.
anomaly build. It kinda is, but you would need to use Grace or Yanagi, I think.
However much
If I had
she
Grace or
and
Yanagi
we
in the
work
team, it
together,
would probably
I
work.
believe that she still has her
But then I would
chef's
need to
pride.
change the entire team
And if she
around.
respects the art,
Or I
she'll
would
respect
need
the
to replace
outcome of our
Lucy with
contest.
Arena, but my Arena is C0, so that's not gonna
I'm
be working.
confident that you and your spatula can get just
Miyabi
as good from
Bernice
all.
wouldn't have an easy day.
All you need to do now is
Yeah,
win the
they wouldn't
contest.
have. I know that.
That should be a
Just
breeze
to shock
for
or stun,
you.
yes. That's
Let's
why
not get too
Grace,
ahead of
but
ourselves. Gâteau de Bois is very complicated.
if I ever get C1 Rena, we can speak about it, okay? Before that,
Now, if I had
It's
to
not gonna be
push it,
happening.
I could probably do the work
Without
with 3
C1
chefs
Rena,
myself. But I'd
I'm not
prefer
doing
to
that.
play it safe
It's
if I
just
can
not
find
worth
a
it.
couple of assistants in time.
Well, that's easy. The three of us are veterans in the kitchen. You just need to pick two of us.
not doing what?
Well, I
I'm
have
using
heard the Traveler
Grace.
is an accomplished cook, as well as a warrior. But be warned, I will hold you to exceptionally high standards. Think you're up to the task?
Like, I would
Oh, count me
use
in too.
Bernice,
I've
Grace,
spent
and
weeks
Rena.
perfecting my macarons
I'm
after
pretty sure
your
that would work
scathing
well.
review. Even if it means competing
But
against the
Rena is
Traveler.
C0, so her
So
uptime is
be it.
dog water.
I'll show you what I'm made of.
So you can't really do the combos as you wish
Confident.
with that
I
team.
like it. Alright, let's start with some elementary mise en place. Show me your
If I had
knife
C1 Rena, I would try the team instantly, just to figure out if that's actually working or not. Okay, what the fuck is this shit? Normal text to cut fruit. Oh my fucking god.
I've always called it chopping stuff up, not mise en place. But it's basically
Yeah,
the
I'm
same
cutting
thing,
with
right?
my umbrella. Ella,
Oh,
Ella,
Navia.
The diff. Looks like you found that easier than I expected.
Yeah, thankfully it was pretty straightforward in the end. You made it sound like we'd be carving
Oh my god,
statues out of
Paimon with a
roots or
knife.
something.
Oh my god, Paimon with a knife.
Well, brace yourself, because the
Everyone
next
be
step
careful.
is anything but straightforward. I'll be using this cold press to extract flavor compounds from the ingredients. A kind of special
Speaking
food
about cold
processor I got
press,
the Fontaine
there's a
Research
thing like that
Institute
in
to make
Palworld
for
now
me.
too.
It uses cold temperature extraction
Which is the
to
crusher,
isolate the essence of cooking ingredients,
but with
which can
ice.
then be used to flavor dishes
You need
more
some
precisely.
electro in the base, obviously,
But,
and ice.
This isn't exactly standard
And the thing
kitchen
is
equipment,
a lot
so
faster.
that probably didn't make a whole lot of sense. Let me give you a
And
demonstration.
you get
instead.
more shit out of it. Pretty cool. You can also crush spheres into palladium fragments, which is kind of cool. Display your mastery with the cold press. Tap your elemental skill to accelerate the cold press process.
Custom-made equipment from the Fontaine Research Institute, huh? That's some pretty high-tech food prep. Paimon's never used anything this weird before. Cool. No, weird.
And done. These are the flavor compounds extracted from our ingredients. I processed all the fruit you chopped up earlier.
Wow! Even the smell is so much more concentrated. What next? Do we add all this stuff in?
Absolutely not! Throwing everything in at once will ruin the balance of flavors. We have to go slowly and carefully to calibrate the exact flavor we want. I'll demonstrate again. Now, watch closely.
Oh god. Oh fucking god. Yes, Gordon. 4 hearts. I am so fucking confused. I'm not reading that, man.
Slowly and carefully.
Ooh.
Not.
Yes, Fares is a myth. Good shit. I'm so confused. What the fuck do they want me to do? Oh, balance. Okay. Anyway, maybe if I don't get Vivi, try to build Grace. They do have Simon Rina.
And voila!
I mean, you can build Grace even if you don't
Now
have
it's your
Simon
turn.
Rina. It's just she's very shit to use, in my opinion. But
Not terrible. Considering
if they're
this was
together,
everyone's first time blending flavor
you have a better
it
time with
could've been
Bernice,
worse.
okay? That's usually, I mean, that's the
Traveler's
plan for
work
me.
was surprisingly
Because
good.
Rina's E lasts
Are
for
you sure you've never
very
done this
short,
before?
and if you have C1,
You
it lasts
got
for a lot
almost
longer.
perfect results on
So you
your
go
first
from
try.
Rina to Bernice, do Bernice double E until enemy full burnt and your heat bar is full. Then you switch to Grace and do a combo with her. The problem is, if you do that, in the middle of Bernice E or at the end of Bernice E, Rina's E will disappear and you will not have the effect anymore. So, yeah. It's a little bit of a nightmare.
Oh, well, they do say adventurer is a
So
multi-talented
zero
folk.
Rina shit, yeah.
Now I
It's
see
huge jump.
it
It's a massive
firsthand.
jump.
Alright,
People even
now for the
say
part
if you don't
I've been
have
looking
C1
forward to.
Rina, she's
I
just
want
unplayable.
each of you to cook
Because
something
she's
from the
that much
Hotel de
worse.
Boer's current menu. I'll judge your submissions and give you a final score.
I think she's fine, but
That's right.
C1
The
is
true test
like
of your cooking skills is the finished product.
playable.
It'll be good practice for the contest itself. Now get to it. Chop chop.
I can do the thing now. Oops. Camera. Maybe I need Charlotte. Yeah, it's probably Charlotte. Charlotte.
get this interview started.
Let's get this interview started.
Hold that pose.
Okay, she's normal right now, right? Waiting. I don't know how long it takes. Did she blush? I don't fuck. Can I see if she does? Yeah, I didn't see it. I think she blushed. Yeah, I think she's a little bit red in the face, no? Maybe I imagine shit. Maybe I see things that don't exist. Anyways, these couches I would... Let me switch back to Eva. Where is he? Very bottom, of course. Don't have energy. Must be nice being me. Why can I not swap? Wait, what? What? I'm so confused. Okay. Let me ungadget this shit. Let me switch her out. And now try again.
First aid kit at the ready.
That works, I guess.
How's it going? Have you picked a dish yet? Choose wisely. I expect you to present the most delicious thing on the menu.
Oh god. Oh my fucking god. Wait, what? There's so much shit. Look how much food I have. God damn it. I'm a chef myself. The most delicious shit. I could do suspicious lasagna. God, man. Suspicious duck confit. Do I really? Dude, that would be hilarious. Yeah, I kind of want to see it. What she's saying.
So what is this exactly?
What is this exactly?
Because what it looks like is the aftermath of an alchemy accident. You realize food is supposed to be edible. Yes?
Okay. Yes, I'm an idiot sandwich.
How's it going?
What if I do a normal? Oh, a normal works.
Huh. I know this doesn't represent what you're capable of. Try again, and this time, I want to see you make a proper attempt.
My god, I'm not getting any chances, man.
How's it going?
Hier mit Lasagna.
Look at that! With the grace of a snow-winged goose, as I like to say.
Now she's
Now
blushing.
let the
No, not
grading
anymore.
commence.
Pretty good, right? Not to brag or anything, but Paimon's a bit of a connoisseur when it comes to la food.
Leopard.
6 points.
6 points.
What? Oh, well, fair enough. Paimon doesn't cook all that often, so as long as it's a pass.
That's 6 out of 100.
Okay, that's
Say
hilarious.
you're a connoisseur, but it's quite clear from this dish that you have far more experience consuming food than creating it. By that logic, I
Damn.
suppose you think listening to Lady Farina on repeat every day would make you an opera singer.
Aww.
Heart broke.
Me next, me next.
Meanex,
How
Meanex.
you know that this batch of macarons has 2 whole tablespoons less sugar than my previous ones?
Dude.
So you went from 12 tablespoons to 10? Well, it's nice to know you actually measured it out. Because it tastes like you just threw in whatever was left in the jar.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Aw,
No, it's hilarious.
Now to the final dish.
So, what do you think?
7
this is our
points.
last hope.
7 points.
8 points.
8 points. Oh my god. Out of 10.
Darn, that's barely higher than what we got.
Out of 10.
Not
Because-
exactly. The color is spot on. Beautiful aroma. Excellent presentation. I have to give this one 8 points out of 10. Maybe even 9 points.
Of course, of course.
How did you pull that off?
Cheating?
Don't get me wrong. There's room for improvement. But still, this is clearly the work of an accomplished chef.
Oh my god, she
I
did
can
the
tell that you put many hours of
Yabi
work into honing
thing.
your skills in the kitchen.
She was the
I
storm
can
that was
really taste
approaching the
grace of
kitchen, I
snow
guess.
and goose in this dish.
God
The
damn it.
traveler's journey, with all its trials, tribulations, and setbacks. Not to mention the frustrations of having a picky eater for a partner.
Hey, you made that last part up. No way did you taste that.
Where did you guys that?
Well, it looks like I lost fair
It's
and square.
hilarious.
I guess you'll be taking the traveler as one of your assistants then?
But if it takes 3 chefs, that still leaves 1 slot remaining. Maybe Paimon and Navia should keep practicing and see how it goes?
Chef
Monica?
Escoffier.
Oh no, the little shit, yes, of course.
Oh, it's Hilaire. What brings you here?
I heard the news about the cooking contest. You're doing Gâteau de Bois, right? I was just wondering if you needed any help.
And you think you're up to the task, do you?
Oh, no, I know I'm not there yet. It's actually my dad who wanted to help.
Oh god, he looks fucking dead inside.
Firma, last I heard, you could barely get out of bed.
Chef Escoffier, Navia, Traveler, thank you all so much for everything you're doing for me and my family. I've had enough of sitting around at home while you run yourselves ragged. If you let me, I'd like to help you win this cooking contest.
Let him cook.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Don't you worry. I'll be fine. I'm feeling much better now. I'm sorry. I know I've been rather useless these past few days, but not anymore. The fact is, I'm a fine chef, despite recent events. I've proven myself in the Hotel de Bois kitchen, so if anyone's qualified to work under Chef Escoffier, it's me. I think. I mean, I hope so.
Firma, have you even set foot in a kitchen since leaving Hotel de Bois?
Nope. Of course not.
I have not, but I'm fully rested now. I know I can handle it. I'll prove it. Let me whip something up for you right now.
And he runs in the complete opposite way. Oh, okay, that's why. The knife.
That's strange. Why are my hands shaking?
Because the knife is cold, it's out of ice, you dumbass.
What do you call this, Firma?
I can't seem to grip my knife.
Do it again! Again! Again!
Nice. He got
I-
PTSD from the other bitch.
Hopeless. Get out of my kitchen yesterday.
Dad, what's wrong?
I can't tell you
I
what's
don't
wrong.
understand.
Your
I
son
was
sounds
feeling
like he's
so much
30
better,
years old
and then
in the body of like 80-year-old.
will I never be able to work in a kitchen again?
Dad, talk to me. What happened?
I think the real issue here is not physical exhaustion, but psychological trauma.
Monica, when did you get here?
Probably because you were all concentrating so hard on your cooking. I didn't want to interrupt your flow. But anyway, Firma, I'm so sorry. If only I'd known how serious your situation was, I would have stood up for you sooner.
You have nothing to apologize for, Monica. During those long nights of redoing every order, you were the only person who looked out for me.
Oh, come on. All I did was make you some tea. I doubt it was much help. Savannah was so ruthless toward you.
I have tea
I
too.
probably should have brought you something stronger.
She sounds like the worst. Alright, another Savannah horror story. Let's hear it.
She's been getting harsher and harsher on us ever since she heard about Escoffier's new role in the Fleuve Cendre. Seems like no matter what we make, she'll find something wrong with it.
What is this? It looks like a dog's been at it! In the trash now!
Then she orders us to redo the dish again and again, but we never know what's going to make her happy.
So basically, she's throwing away a lot of fucking food for no reason.
Every time you remake it, you just get another earful from her.
Either straighten yourself out, or get out of my kitchen!
So now,
Damn,
it seems
that's
like
wild.
just picking up a kitchen utensil gives me flashbacks of her yelling at me.
Oh man, that must be awful.
The more I want to get it perfect, the more my hands
You know what's
shake,
also
and the
awful?
more scared I am
Your
of
cooking
making
skills.
another
Go out of my fucking kitchen.
How can you give up so easily, Firma? You weren't acquitted when you were working for me. And even under Savannah, you talk about working late into the night trying to perfect your dishes. That says to me that you still hadn't lost that determination to prove yourself. What changed?
I don't know what's come over me. When I think back, I just remember feeling like my heart and my hands were growing heavier and heavier as the shift went on. Each time I had to redo a dish, my heart sank a little further. Maybe Savannah was right. Maybe I am just hopeless at this.
Dad.
I see. Well, it sounds like there are some deep issues at work here. Ones that won't be resolved by merely seeking compensation. I will win this contest, and after that, I encourage you to approach Savannah and talk this out.
But what if you can't find another assistant in time? Clearly, I'm in no state to help out.
You think being one person short will ruin my chances? Let's not forget, I taught you and her everything you know. Even if I had to go it alone, I would present the perfect gâteau.
Oh, well, Paimon and Nadia will still keep practicing, just in case.
Yeah, I give up on
And
that.
so will I.
What the fuck was that hand movement?
And if worse comes to worse, we can always get the Spina di Rosula to put out an emergency call for chefs. There's gotta be someone out there, right?
Actually, I thought maybe I could help. That's sort of why I'm here.
The entire time I'm like, Monica, but
Why didn't you say so?
I was going to, but then, well, this is the first chance I got.
You do this for us? Thank you so much, Monica.
Alright, fine by me. But aren't you still working for Savannah? Joining the other side seems like a guaranteed way to put your future employment in jeopardy.
who cares?
I know, but it's all right. I've made up my mind. With the way things are, I can't keep working for Savannah much longer anyway. Unless I want to become the next Firma.
Aww.
I'm done with sucking it up. It's time to try and turn things around. If this cooking contest can get Savannah to see the error of her ways, then I'm sure she'll forgive me for this.
Well, Paimon didn't think we'd be poaching from Savannah's staff to get our third person, but there you go. Anyway, Monica's a professional chef, so nothing could possibly go wrong now.
Great! Then it's settled. And to congratulate you all on making the team, I propose a Spina-sponsored meal to celebrate.
Oh god.
Spina sponsored? Wait, you mean I'm cooking?
Well, I promised the traveler a feast in the Fleuve Cendre. And I know how much you've been looking forward to it.
Yeah! Feast, feast, feast!
I can help cook. It will be good practice for the contest.
Alright, if you insist. Then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives.
Oh my god. I'm getting my ass handled now in the kitchen. Do I have to click myself? I'm not too sure. I'll wait. I will read it. Escoffier opted out.
That's
Never
not
mind.
a bad idea,
There we go.
actually.
Okay, just wait long
Wait,
enough.
hold on. You need to finesse that further.
She dishes out plenty of praise and taught me an awful lot too. The time seemed to fly by.
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
Guess I'm finally on the right path.
I wish I could eat that all over again. It's not often that Escoffier goes all out like this. And it's all because of you,
Damn.
traveler.
Navia in a food coma. Can't believe it.
So, this is what Chef Escoffier is truly capable of. Wow. I don't know if I'll ever be able to cook as good as that.
No. You're an NPC. Look at you. Yeah, that's not gonna be working. Let me see. I want to see the blushing, actually.
What's the news?
I'm so fucking curious on how the shit was supposed to work. I read about it, I've seen it, I just cannot recreate it.
Smile!
No blushing. Let me zoom in the titties, I guess. Ah, the fucking arms are in the way. I hate it. I went blocked to walk. What the fuck's happening? Damn thighs. Still no blushing? I don't know.
Why, Savannah? Why?
What are you up to?
Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original Codex de Boer. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. That might explain why Savannah's so desperate to get her
I have
hands
no
on it.
idea how she can have so much trust
But I
into the
can't
top.
find anything. It's just some hastily scribbled
Like,
recipes in between
nothing is
diary
holding
entries from
anything.
Modest's
It's just
adventuring phase.
there,
And
okay?
most of it's not even legible
So,
anymore.
how the fuck does that
copy
work?
I gave her not only has all the recipes in full,
It's not connected
but
to anything.
even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Surely that's infinitely more useful than this old thing.
For her, it's probably not about how useful it is, and more an issue of chef's pride.
Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just hard for me to imagine that the Savannah I knew would go to all this effort just to make a point. We were. At least I always thought we were. She was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. She made a few mistakes here and there, but she was quick to correct them whenever they were pointed out. And she was always striving to improve as a chef. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the other staff so much grief.
It sounds like you feel pretty, not pretty, but partially responsible.
Well, I mean to an extent, of course. I pushed hard for her to get the role. And the idea that she turned out like this because of me is difficult to come to terms with. I wonder if this is how Modeste felt back when he was writing the Codex.
Speaking of Modeste, didn't he have a falling out with someone else as
Yes,
well?
with his good friend and co-founder of the Hotel de Bourg, Savelli. The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Bourg and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But his newfound fame slowly drove him and Savelli apart. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks at every turn. Doors that would swing wide open for Modeste would shut in Savelli's face. And with Modeste being whisked off to all manner of functions by his celebrity friends, he had less and less time to discuss the culinary arts with Savelli. People started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship between the two gradually soured.
So what happened to them ultimately?
Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in the prime of his life and still hailed as a genius, suddenly died from an acute illness. And that was it.
Damn.
They neither had a
Just
decisive
straight up
split,
died.
nor got the chance to properly reconcile. Their story just came to an end. One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy, even as the latter was hoping to make amends.
Is it true?
Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. At least there are no records of Savelli ever being convicted of a crime. Still, beyond a point,
What if he
there's
used
no way of
something
knowing
in
what
his
truly
foods
happened
that
in the
killed
past.
himself?
All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut.
Oh my fucking god. With me on the team, there's no way we can lose. With you on the team, there's no way we can lose. Well, it's me.
Really?
I'm
Well,
me.
I
I'm
like the
him. I'm her.
confidence. Don't let me down tomorrow, then. You better bring your A game.
Can I do now? Waiting. Still nothing. Yeah, I don't know how it's supposed to work. I'm confused.
Let's hope that Savannah isn't all sizzle and no steak. After all the work we put in, it would kind of be a shame if tomorrow was a complete cakewalk.
I mean, with your cake, you can walk too. Like, yeah, damn. She has like quality panties. Let's just say like that. And then following day, 12 to 16, sure. Corvo Squire in Pokecatch.
It's cooking contest day!
Yes, it is, Paimon. Time to contest the cooking.
Did you hear the news?
No, I didn't hear the news.
First aid kit at the...
Wait, seriously? Escoffier in a cooking contest? Now that I've got to see.
I don't get it. Why would anyone in their right mind challenge her to a cooking contest?
Because I want to lose. Simple. She has the Guna Bakery on her side. The clapping ass cheeks of doom. Let's see.
Mesdames et messieurs,
Mesdames et
welcome
messieurs.
one and all to the Hôtel de Bord and to this most exciting of cooking contests.
Savannah, I've brought the original copy of the codex you asked for.
Monica? Huh.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind format. Once the dishes are complete, they will be sent to the back of the kitchen where they'll each receive a label. The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates, only to be revealed after the judges have sampled them and reached a final verdict. This is to ensure that no one will know which dish is made by which contestant.
As one of the judges, I promise to be fair and impartial.
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought this is how they'd make it up to me.
Oh my
Getting a
god.
seat on the judging panel is a pretty sweet deal.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hôtel de Bord cooking contest
Hôtel de
commence.
Bord cooking contest. 3 NPCs versus 1 NPC. I think we win. We have the power of anime on our side. Oh no, not this shit again. Oh no.
Monica, Traveler, it's... Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse, Gaspar, get to work! Do not disappoint me.
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like an oven on full blast, this competition is
I need a
quickly
4.
heating up.
There's no 4.
That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the...
Okay, so +2, -6. We balance the flavor. The flavor. Oui, hon.
Come on, Escoffier! Come on, Traveler!
Come on, Navia. I got this. We got this. I need to card shit. A +4 is enough. I don't need more.
The balance of flavors is about right. But the quantity is too low.
Alphonse! What are you playing at? That's not how I taught you to do it! Stop horsing around and do it again!
Yes, chef!
Nice. Got it. Oui, hun. Flavor. Flavor the cake.
What do you think?
She nodded. Last layer of cake.
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe.
+6. -6. +5. -2. I need a 5.
I think this flavor profile is still a little bit off.
Enough! Ugh, useless.
There's a 5. Got the 5. There we go. Woo!
You can't match Escoffier's
My
talent.
juicy 60 cakey is completed.
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg.
You see how many births?
Pinnacle of excellence.
Nice. Wee. Why does that look like a piece of shit?
That was perfect.
Dude, that looks... that is a fucking goated
Completely
picture,
in sync,
actually.
working gracefully and elegantly together. Great work, team.
Chef Study Spoiler. Looks fucking amazing, not gonna lie. Was a little bit slow. It's 3 minutes. It's kinda shitty in the timing.
Time's up! Contestants, please take your dishes to the back.
Huh. That guy was right. You really can't tell whose is whose just by looking at them.
We both made the same dish after all. For all her flaws, Savannah's a talented chef who earned my recommendation for good reason. She wouldn't screw up something as elementary as the cake's appearance.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Really rather good?
Beautifully
What do you
soft and
mean?
Fluffy. Beautifully sweet.
God of my kitchen.
This is a masterclass in how to make Gâteau de Bourg.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10. Only because there's something about the flavor of the base. It's just a little different from the recipe I'm used to.
Huh? Really? I couldn't tell.
Cause he making the shit out of his ass.
All right, on to Gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite and already this aroma is a delight to the senses.
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be a gâteau for the ages.
How exciting! I'm gonna dig in. I think maybe someone got a little carried away when they were adding the sugar.
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too. This is all over the place.
This is all over
Who
the
made
place.
this?
It appears the decision is unanimous. This gâteau is far below the standard we would expect.
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
She can't beg to save her life. Spent half the time just berating her staff.
Something's not right here. Savannah may not be perfect, but no way is she this sloppy.
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won this cooking contest. Now, all that remains is to turn the plate over and reveal the chef's name underneath.
What? It's Savannah?
No, that's impossible.
It really is. Because she cheated.
You cheated, didn't you? You cheater! What did you do? Oh, swapped the plates, didn't you?
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a finger on them. And everyone here can attest to that. It was Vanejem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to accuse someone, why don't you start with them? Isn't it more likely that Escoffier's lost her edge? Oh, or maybe her assistants let the team down.
You take that back!
Judges, we demand a rematch.
Monica?
That's enough. What's done is done. As head chef, or rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the dish I served. Whatever went wrong and however it happened, I should have spotted it. Savannah, I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me in a bake-off. What happened to your chef's pride?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the Codex to bore that much, you can have it.
Escoffier, no!
But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate him for everything you put him through.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms. The contest is over, and I won.
Damn.
That means you owe me the Codex, and I owe you nothing.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself? What I'm offering is to accept defeat without looking to expose what you've done. But only on the condition that you promise to stop putting so much pressure on your staff.
Fine. I'll treat this as your final handover of duties from one head chef to the next. So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or is there any other unfinished business you'd like to leave in my hands?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss, just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing. I don't need your advice.
She doesn't know what
Alright,
she's doing.
Fine. I'm glad to hear it.
Escoffier?
The Codex de Boer. Finally. Now, at long last, I will succeed.
You will do fucking nothing different.
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is a souvenir of your time here! Doesn't that mean anything to you?
It's alright. It was just a bake-off, not the end of the world. I'm already over it. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate Firma. That's mission accomplished for the Spina. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the Codex would solve everything, I'd have just done that in the first place. I mean, why bother with the whole cooking contest? It's such a waste of time and energy.
That shot was so needed for the plot, definitely. Probably, I'm sure she's devastated, but what's done is done.
No. No! This doesn't make any sense!
Huh?
That's it? No secrets, no nothing? I don't believe it! This can't be happening.
And she's having brain tumor now.
Savannah?
Well, that's one way to get brain damage.
It's nothing life-threatening. Just a lot of pent-up stress and exhaustion.
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us, the person she puts the most pressure on is herself.
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hours. But for her, it's every night. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes, and only realize how long she's been at it when we come to work the following morning.
But why? Why would she do that?
Because she
Our best guess is
sucks.
she doesn't want to be seen as less of a chef than Escoffier.
and there it is.
Even so, that's no excuse for taking her anger out on the rest of you.
Yeah, and it's definitely no excuse for cheating in the cooking contest.
Huh, about that, we honestly have no idea how she did it. We were focused on our own work the whole time, like she asked.
Leone
Monica.
and Algalia were the ones I tasked with labeling the cakes. I've already spoken to them both. They're at a loss to explain it too.
Not to worry. Come on, join me downstairs. I'll interrogate the guilty gâteau myself.
The guilty gâteau. Wee, let's jump down the fucking thing.
Well, how is it? Have you figured out what it was?
Ask Monica, she knows.
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement than this.
Is it really that bad? I made sure the taste tested before it was served.
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plates. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base, which means someone tampered with it while it was being made. Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
And it can only be one because there's only one NPC. You useless
sorry.
piece of shit.
I was forced into it. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. And if I wanted retribution, I would have brought this up when the results were announced. Whatever's going on with you, just spill the beans. There's no
Just
need
spill
to
the
hide
beans.
I...
Don't hide it.
I was the one who caused the food safety incident that one time.
Food safety? Wait, you mean the Lumaline incident? So you procured the contaminated ingredients?
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement that day. I didn't check everything as well as I should have, and so I let contaminated ingredients make it into the kitchen. But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea there was an issue with them, and I didn't know it would end up with Escoffier going to jail. But the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to blackmail me with...
Because Savannah wasn't herself.
This is crazy. So Savannah
Wouldn't
pressured
surprise me.
you into sabotaging Escoffier's cake by threatening to expose your secret if you didn't?
I know, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. The thought of Chef Escoffier finding out that I put her in jail, it made me freeze up with fear. I thought Escoffier
Freeze
would
up
hate
is
my
a
guts if
good
she ever
word,
found
you
out,
know.
and yet somehow
To a free
that's ended
dedicated
up in me
support
doing
sub
something
DPS.
even worse. I
Seriously? All this fuss over a little slip-up?
Huh?
Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now I'm out. And secondly, I had my own reasons for leaving the Hotel de Boer. This wasn't the only factor. So, you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or anything like that. Any more
Something
than you
is
need to add
telling me
butter
that
when you're pan-searing foie
Savannah
gras.
did more shit.
You mean you forgive me?
She's not feeling very innocent to
well,
me, at
I'm not
least.
saying you don't have to take responsibility for your mistakes. You should tell Vanagem to mark down your performance for the past few months. Then do some digging and find out exactly where those contaminated ingredients came from. Sure, you've made mistakes, but now's the time to fix them. Understood?
Understood.
Understood.
Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original codex would compel her to resort to blackmail?
I have my suspicions. Not that I've got any proof to back them up, though.
Ugh. What happened to me?
Aneurysm.
I've
exploded.
overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left. They think our menu doesn't taste like it used to, especially our signature items.
You mean Gâteau de Boer?
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. I couldn't put my finger on it, but the flavor seems subtly different from how it used to be. But the difference was so small, I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most loyal customers and true dessert connoisseurs.
What's up, Pimp? What's up, Kara?
Still, as head chef, it's easy
What
to
happened
see
to the
why
other
Savannah
account?
would get so hung up on it.
I saw you
So
follow, I
many
was like,
times
huh?
I've seen her make the cake base over and over again, late into the night, determined to match Escoffier's version. But something's always slightly off every time.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Never really gave it much thought though.
Thinking back on it now, it's clear that Savannah's been in a downward spiral ever since Escoffier left.
She wants to prove that she can fill Escoffier's shoes. That's gotta be the reason. But after countless setbacks, she's getting more and more unhinged. And at some point along the way, she switched from doubting herself to doubting Escoffier.
Got suspended for scolding a terrorist supporting streamer.
Escoffier? For what?
Was it Hasanabi? Was it what's the other name? Destiny? It's one of those two probably, right? Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. She must have thought Escoffier purposely omitted key details.
Or was
from
it
her
some random
recipes
ass
when
no
she
name like
copied
me?
them out. Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine, the only one privy to all the secrets of the trade.
Oh, for goodness sake. What a stupid idea.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex only to discover that the secret recipes she's been pining for don't exist at all. Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock.
No,
to the
he's
system.
Indian,
It
but
probably
born
brought up
foreign.
everything at once. It overwhelmed her,
Okay.
and she passed out.
And why would he have problems if
There's still
that makes no
one
sense?
thing that doesn't make sense, though. If Savannah had the real recipe all along, how come it tasted different? She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd get it right one of those times.
You'd think so, but geniuses like Escoffier are in a league of their own.
Left wing guy? I guess. It doesn't matter then what you say, he will always say
New head
you're wrong
chef, you
anyway.
say? What's her name?
The El Clasico of Lefty.
I don't think I've heard of her before.
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without Escoffier at the helm?
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something?
Nice, he's balding. I got really irritated by steaks. I mean,
Take this.
there are
It's a
people
copy of the Codex de
that
Boer.
are on Twitch and
From
have
now
like the
on,
most
you will
absurd,
be its
stupid
keeper.
brain damage takes possible to humankind. And they do not get banned for it.
Don't listen
Okay?
to the doubters. If I say you
Like,
can do it,
I mentioned
then
earlier,
you can do it.
Hasanabi.
Even if
Like
you
this
don't believe in
guy,
yourself,
he
at
interviewed
least believe
terrorists
in
and
me.
we're like on their side and be like, he's saying shit like,
did you
yeah,
hear me?
the
Once
US
I'm gone,
deserved 9/11 and
correct
shit
on
like
is
that.
all yours.
He's not getting banned. Okay? So, being irritated by a retard, don't worry, man. Those get absolute support by Twitch here.
I've been blaming
Why? Nobody
other
fucking knows.
people, but maybe
It doesn't matter what outrageous,
I'm
stupid shit you say.
problem.
Dumbasses get away with it. Okay? It's not like you can do anything about it. American people are really hypocrites? Yes, they are. The best example I can give to that is Americans
I
really like to
sincerely
joke about
apologize
World
for
War
putting
II,
everyone out.
But if you
Savannah's awake
try
now,
to
but
joke about
I don't
9/11,
think she's ready
they
to
go
speak to
haywire,
anyone
okay?
yet.
They lose their fucking shit. As if
Let's
you're
give her the day
like
to
the
calm
most
down.
evil person on
I'm
planet
sure
Earth.
you'll have the chance to talk
Which is absolutely
everything
crazy.
out tomorrow.
In that case, I'll go and update
Lately, it's
for Ma
not
and his
as
family.
bad anymore. With
wonder
lately, I
what
mean the
he'll
last
make
like
of all
5 years or
this.
some shit. People are more,
So,
let's say,
welcome
accepting
back
to
to
the
Monica.
jokes, but they still get very sour about it.
That was a long day. I think I've earned myself a sweet treat when I get back home.
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or are
Macaron?
you gonna switch it up this time?
What is it? It's coffee.
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose?
A little, I guess.
Every year they migrate
Wasabi, I
long
think
distances in search of a
He
suitable
serves. Yeah,
home.
he definitely is.
There's always one goose
Like,
at the
this
front
guy
whose
never
job
had
is to
a
lead the
decent take in
flock.
his life.
Fontaine poets
He's
often
supporting
use them as
terrorists
their
left and right.
backers to explore the
He's
ideas
like
about leadership
saying
and
the opposite
genius.
things of what he's
They
doing
usually imagine
and say
someone
that's the
who's
right
ahead above the
thing
rest,
to be.
a model of perfection.
Like, he's the
But what
biggest
those poets
hypocrite you can
don't
find
know
on
is that during
fucking
the
Twitch.
migration, the
Easily.
lead goose is
If
always
not the planet
changing.
Earth.
Once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock.
Like, whenever he
and
says
allows another
anything,
goose to take its
just do the
place.
opposite, okay?
So
And you're on the
the
right
truth
path.
is that leadership, with
It doesn't
all the
matter what it is.
responsibilities and pressures
He's
that come
always
with
wrong.
it,
Always.
it's something
I
that
can
everyone
confidently
takes
say
turns
he's
at.
never had
We
in his
humans
life a
completely
right
miss
take.
that fact when we project our own ideas about social hierarchies onto them.
I don't even know how he's popular. I'm not fucking understanding it.
I guess what I'm saying is, I don't buy into this notion that there's some sort of gulf between normal and genius. Cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients, same recipe, and same environment,
It's honestly
I see
surprising
no
that he
reason why
isn't,
two different
like,
people shouldn't be able to
completely
create
banned
the
from the
exact same
platform
dish.
for the last,
Of course,
let's say,
some people
6
have
years,
a
7
more
years.
sensitive palate than others, and some people are just born
Let's send
bolder
more.
or more conscientious. But these are
Only
all variables that
brainwashed,
can be accounted for with
hidden.
time and practice.
Oh boy.
I'd have no reason to expect so much from others
Gay
if
people
I believed
follow?
that perfection
No,
can
I
only
don't
come
think
from the
gay
hands
people,
of a
because
genius.
most
The only reason I
terroristic
hold people to high
stuff
standards is because,
would
well,
be
I believe they're
anti-pride,
capable
right?
of greatness.
Like, if you look at anything that is, let's say, I mean, it sounds probably wrong, but Arabic related or anything like that, right? Most of the countries there
Okay, I've made up
are
my mind. I'm gonna get to the
extremely
bottom of why Savannah failed. And come tomorrow,
conservative,
I'll give her the
right?
scolding
Where
of
they
her
be like,
life, pointing out
you are
all the
not
mistakes
gonna
she's made along the
have
way.
open
Then
relationships
she'll
or some shit like
finally
that,
see the error of her
or
ways.
you're doing anything romantic in public. That's very frowned upon, right? It's not like they hate gay people, but it's more like a, yeah, don't show affection in public with others. I think it was 5. So, yeah. They would be completely against a lot of that stuff. Because gay people are mostly, let's say, open in public about this shit. The closet gay lords that are running around, there wouldn't be an issue for them. They don't give a fuck about them. Just don't be, like, on the streets and doing gay shit, okay? But the same thing works with straight stuff, okay? In their country. It just, people misunderstand that shit, apparently. The Twitch CEO is left-wing? Yeah, he is. He also is a very big simp for the OnlyFans horrors. And that's why they don't ever get banned. They get promo bans for like a day or a week maximum. Just so they get a little bit more traction. That's actually a thing.
Check on her? Why? What happened? Oh no. Escoffier, are you alright?
I'm fine. Just need to get some more coffee in me. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all?
Let me get you a fresh one.
Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
here, or we could just grab a cup of coffee from Cafe Lutece, but either way, hurry!
Go to Cafe Lutece? I don't know. To buy coffee, optional. Submit a dish containing coffee beans, optional. I'm giving a no. Man, I mean, a coffee dish would be kind of banger too, not gonna lie.
Coffee.
The fuck are los? Lego, I guess. Crisp croissant combo. Hey, wee, coffee! Croissant!
Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through expert brewing and balanced perfectly with rich, creamy steam.
By the way, people who are born to Indian parents in foreign overreact and do cringe stuff a lot. I mean, that happens with like basically every nation. People don't know how to hold back or like be normal.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up on your sleep when you get the chance.
It's not really specific to a country, I would say.
I think I figured
I've
out
seen
where
that
the problem
from
lies.
many countries
Honestly,
before.
It's ridiculous. I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Wait, what investigation? What are you guys talking about?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. It's so stupidly small. I can't believe it's caused so much drama. Yes, except my failures were stepping stones to success.
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No, not since yesterday. Why? What's wrong?
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing.
Like they're special.
I dropped by her
Yeah, that's
place early this morning
mostly
to check
the
on her.
case for
Find an empty house with
foreigners
the
in other
doors
countries.
wide open.
Very good example are
Found
Turkish
the others
people
to
in
keep
Germany.
watch at her home, while I checked the hotel
They
de
don't
bord.
live in Turkey.
I'm worried
They're not
something bad
wanted in
might
Turkey
happen.
because they are
She's not here.
complete
Then
assholes.
where could she
They live
be?
here. The people in Turkey,
Escoffier.
they don't
news.
won't vote for the president Erdogan. They
You're
vote for
supposed
somebody
to be
else.
keeping watch at
But the people
Savannah's
in
house.
Germany mostly
We
vote
were,
for
but then,
Erdogan.
just after you left,
Why?
we found
No
this
fucking
stuff
idea.
in her house.
Also, I don't even know why they're allowed to vote
Looks like
in
a
Turkey
map
if they
with a
live in Germany.
bunch of random places
But
circled.
apparently it's a thing. Okay.
What does it mean?
So
Wait a second.
we have that
Feels
problem that
familiar. I'm sure
these
places are all
Turkish
connected
German people,
somehow.
right? Let's call them that.
Of course.
They're not wanted
From the
here
Codex.
because they're retards.
all
And
places
they're
that
not wanted
Modestic
there
explored
because they're
on his
retards.
adventures.
So they basically don't have a place where they can live happily unless they change their fucking mind. Which is not happening in the last, I don't know how many years. It's been tried. They stay retarded for whatever reason. Nobody knows why.
Yeah, but I don't understand. The adventure logs in the Codex are too fragmented to be of any use.
And I would just assume
How
that's
come
like
this map
with
shows
many
all the missing
countries.
details?
At least to me,
The
this shit is
Codex
normal.
de bord? Then this place marked in red out at sea. Could that be the fabled birthplace of Gâteau de Bord?
Seriously? So now she set her sights on finding the original recipe and beating Escoffier that way? Geez, Savannah. Anything to overcome a gâteau plateau, huh?
Gâteau plateau.
Idiot! Does she have a death wish? Those ruins are thousands of years old.
Hold on. There's more. Besides the map, we also found these letters.
Oh no, I'm not reading all of that shit. Tubas, you can press pause and just read it yourself. Here's one half, the second half. Enjoy. I'm not doing that to myself.
It was you. You let the Lumaline through, didn't you? It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that Savannah was responsible for the safety incident? And not Monica after all?
Obvious.
Retrieve the Codex by any means necessary. So the cooking contest and the cheating.
But yeah,
Someone
the
else
funny
was
part is,
behind her
Karan,
pulling the strings?
I went to my
Keeping the
stream
true
page because I wanted
recipe
to
to
test
herself.
something, right?
This
The
is
moment I
all been a
went on my
mess.
page, I
Paula
saw
needs to
you
set
were
you
following
process.
for 1 minute.
First, we thought that
I was like,
Savannah
there's no
forced
fucking
Monica
way.
to cheat in the cooking
I
contest.
saw that, I was
But
like,
now
there's no
it turns
shot,
out
what the
that
fuck happened
someone
here?
else forced
but yeah, I didn't expect you to be in chat, otherwise I would have said something in chat. You probably just dipped directly again.
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put two and two together as soon as I read your threat letter. The food safety incident, the demand for a cooking contest, the instruction to blackmail Monica, even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan, wasn't it, Monica?
Be back a minute because I gotta piss extremely badly right now. And I don't want to wet my floor. I clicked your name, I saw account created 7 minutes ago. I'm like, ah, okay, that is interesting. Got really acting, huh?
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
Let's see. They want me to use freeze. In theory, I should switch around Aoife for something else. But I do not really know who. Suspended for 7 days. Yeah. I don't know. I've seen people get suspended for absolutely nothing, and I've seen people not get suspended for being the biggest shit. So, Twitch is just a special place. Do you use that team? I don't fucking know, man. You know what? I will go with what they want me to do. Which is Ayaka, Furina, Shenhe, and Le Chef.
Kamisato Ayaka, present.
They kind of want me to use this shit, right? So, let's try it at least. Like, I know a streamer. I watched him like years ago. He said the word idiot. And Twitch was like, yeah, you're getting banned for 30 days because you said the N-word. I'm like, bro, what? Are you dumb? That makes no fucking sense. BBC News. Where's News Channel? I don't know. I don't watch news, honestly.
Looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it?
All the news I'm getting is basically from Twitter or Reddit.
Ingredients makes a whole lot more sense.
And maybe a little bit of
I think
YouTube.
Modest's codex mentioned this place. A public bath from the time of Remoria. So yeah, definitely the kind of place that would have served food and drinks.
Oh, blubber bees.
Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? How did they get here?
And they dip in again.
Aw, they ran off.
Yes, they're not used to seeing humans.
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
Well, did Modeste mention it in his adventure logs by any chance? They must have gotten through somehow.
Good point. Yes, that's right. It's coming back to me now.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus, and the path opened to us.
We have to feed the blubber beasts? With what? There's nothing here besides rocks, romaritime flowers, and lumitoile.
It's lumitoile.
This is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna need them. Now we have to head all the way back to shore and grab some.
Yeah,
There's no time for that.
you're the most
Romaritime
paramount.
flowers and lumitoile will have to do. They may not look appetizing to us, but who knows? They could be Blubber Beast delicacies.
Wait, we're seriously gonna try this?
Of course. Why not? Of course. You get this shit. Let's balance it out. -3, -5. -2. +3. I need a +3, isn't it? I'm grinding a funny gacha game called Destiny Legends 2. What the fuck is that? There we go. What is it about? Is it some auto-clicker shit or is it actually gameplay?
Blubber beasts or not, are we sure this stuff is edible?
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we try to put them in the pool, we'll probably just scare them off again, and who knows how long they'll be gone.
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back. Oh, what was it that Modeste said again? Something about the food flowing away on the current.
So it's about the 180th century. 180th? The fuck, what?
It's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
I guess you mean 18th. You too sure? 3.
The tracks turned
4.
back again. So annoying.
5, 6. Don't need more. Graphics are mid? I mean, it's to be expected. Most gacha games have like complete shit graphics. Or like, they have good graphics, but not 3D graphics, if that makes sense. It's more like PNG simulator. I would absolutely bang Escoffier with her titties. Look at them. Chinese culture? Yeah, you know. I'm not the biggest fan of Chinese culture, honestly. I already hated Liwe and I already hated in Star Rail Space China.
Hey, it's open.
ZZZ, if they fuck up their Chinese plays in the next patch, I'm not surprised, okay? I will be not fucking surprised. It's just not for me, honestly. Some time ago.
Hey, give me your water.
Here.
I said your water, the one you just drank out of?
Sure.
All those years slaving away under Escoffier, and then you.
today, it's finally paying off. Not only
Look
have
at
I found
her,
the ruin
being
that
a
Savelli
villain.
kept hidden, but I also get to boss you around like my little lapdog. Hey, go scout ahead for me. If we need to do any more blast tunneling, I want to know where to lay the explosives.
Damn.
Did you not hear me? Get going.
Why don't you do it yourself?
Oh, when did you learn to fight back? You're always so compliant when I give you instructions by letter.
That's because you threatened to expose me for the Lumiline incident. I swear, if I'd known what you were planning, I'd never have...
Ha! Don't be so self-righteous. Admit it, you've always been jealous of Escoffier. That's why you lapped up everything
I would be jealous
told
too of
you.
these titties.
You were
Imagine being
terrified of her
NPC,
finding out about your
having
part in the
less
Lumiline
tits than
incident,
a
and you
fucking
resented the way her reputation
lolly
hung
like
over you.
bitch with like
So you jumped at
sexy
the
underwear
chance to
only on,
convince yourself that she was the villain.
naked
That she
apron.
deliberately hid her secret recipes from you just to hold you back. It was the only
And she cooks
excuse
better than you.
needed to
Like,
justify
there's
getting
it's just no
back at
fucking
her.
chance for you.
First, idolization, then jealousy, suspicion, and self-deception. That's what this comes down to.
She will die, so
It was
she
the
will
same
die
story
fucking
with
alone.
Savelli and my ancestor. He offered Modeste his friendship only to murder him out of vanity. He promised to explore the world with him, only to later destroy all records of their adventures. It's a miracle I even found this place. You have no idea the countless hours I spent piecing it all together. So you see, you're no better than Savelli. If you can't beat him, betray him, right?
I am no Savelli, nor will I ever be.
Oh, put a lid on it. You really think you can absolve yourself of your vindictive and jealous behavior now? Just because you finally realize that Escoffier never kept any secrets from you?
Damn, imagine.
You didn't show any remorse when she left, or in the cooking contest. Why start now? You have no right to redemption.
You're right. I don't deserve her forgiveness. But I am done being bullied into submission by you!
Ooh, feisty. But you should watch your tone. Talking to me like that could get you in big trouble.
I somehow doubt that. Since I poisoned both our water bottles.
Nice, he's crazy. You listen to
Ever
music in
since I
general?
learned the truth.
Not really, no.
Biding my time, waiting for
I'm really
this
not a
moment.
music person. The
You
music I'm
played me
listening
like
to
a
is
fiddle for so
usually
long.
game soundtracks,
Now
if that makes
this
sense.
is payback.
But you drink it too.
It's what we both deserve. This is the price we must pay for betraying Escoffier. You'll die here with me, Monica.
You.
You're bluffing.
What's so funny?
Oh, you're too much. I thought I'd play along for a bit just to amuse myself. You gave a very rousing performance. I saw your dumb plan a mile off. There's no poison in these bottles, just clean, fresh water.
No.
No.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, you know? Did you really think your half-baked plot would fool me? You're a lousy chef, and you make a lousy villain too. A complete waste of space. No wonder you never amounted to anything.
Dude, this is
Everything I ever
the
did
most
was a failure.
toxic story ever.
And now
Everybody's getting
I
flamed
failed
and
again
roasted left and
for
right.
the last time.
Hey, why don't you try your
This shit
hand
is
at being
hilarious,
a
honestly.
comedian in your next life? You got a good laugh out of me. But now the show's over. You should have just done like I asked, Savannah. All I wanted you to do was scout the ruins for me. But you had your chance, and now it's time to say goodbye.
She's getting
Stop right
stabbed.
there.
Let her go, Monica. We've got you surrounded.
Escoffier?
Ugh, looks like I'll have to keep you around for a little longer.
Knife on throat?
Stay back if you want
Yep.
her alive. Escoffier and the Traveler. I can't take you both on in combat, but if you so much as flinch, I can end Savannah's life in a heartbeat.
I could not kill
Monica,
kill
what are you
her.
hoping to achieve by this? You're about to commit murder, and for what? A recipe?
A recipe? You chefs are all blinded by your myopic focus on kitchen affairs.
Well, some of us actually have bigger fish to fry. Modeste had a secret. The truth behind his so-called genius, the je ne sais quoi factor in his gâteau de bois, and it's right here in these ruins.
Are you serious? You're here because of a gâteau de bois obsession? You've gone completely mad.
I couldn't care less about the cake itself.
I don't know
No,
why, but
the
Escoffier
real
has so many
treasure is the
heart-shaped
secret
things in their
ingredient that
design.
Modeste sourced
Like the
from
things on her
these
hair,
ruins.
the things on her
He
ass,
and Savelli were fools.
the things between her
A
titties,
priceless
her
treasure of
eyeballs,
Remoria in the palms of their hands, and they thought, ooh, this would go great in our cake mix.
there's some shit on
We're
her
talking
panties,
about a
don't ask
powerful
why I know.
stimulant that also sharpens the senses. That's no
And
cooking
something on her
ingredient.
belly as
It's a
well, but I think
groundbreaking
that one is
drug.
upside down.
That's right. I've done my research. It was a drug that Remoria developed for their war machine. I could make a killing by selling it to the treasure hoarders or the Fatui.
You listen to yourself? You're completely delusional.
See that? Two hearts in her eyeballs.
My eyes are wide open. Just wait till I get my hands on this treasure. You'll see what a fool you've been.
Wait, what's that sound?
A bomb.
Just when I thought she couldn't get any crazier. She's lucky the whole place didn't collapse.
Let's find another road and go after her.
Oh, Savannah's gone too.
Monica must have taken her. Oh, what a coward. She's only taken her hostage because she knows that she's no match for you.
Thanks. Thanks for this compliment.
That's true. Even if she finds the treasure, she'll need Savannah alive if she wants to get out of here in one piece.
Oh, well, our path's been blocked, so let's look for another route.
Let's go up the stairs. I like stairs.
The water looks pretty deep here. Maybe it leads somewhere.
Oh, okay, so just tell me if you want me to swim. Can't interact with that. Nice, I got my mines. It's actually pretty solid design for the thing here, for the domain. What the fuck are you doing there? What's that? I just, okay. Does she jump off the water? She does.
They were probably awakened by the explosion just now. Alright, Nice Skills 101. Time for some rough chopping.
Damn, imagine using freeze. I'm walking with Shenhe. She doesn't jump into the water. That's water at the ground. Following the exalted Harmost order, and in accordance with our Sebastos, I guess, I don't know, most sacred, most benevolent temper, we established here as condolences for the naturalized barbarian soldiers. Savages they may have been, but they were also warriors. With this secret treasure granted graciously, the warriors' bodily desires are satisfied, that they may fight on with 100-fold bravery. Nice.
Another door?
Another
Guess
door,
we need to
of
prepare another
course.
feast for our guests.
Then let me do my shit. I would need it too.
A little amuse-bouche. Yeah.
That's 2 6s. Are you dumb? Okay, that works. Good job, me. Flavor balance complete.
It seems to really like the texture of Rome maritime flowers.
Amazing. Le chef, le puzzle. Le puzzle. That's a 4, that's a 2, a 5, that's a 3, there we go. Sparkly eyes. Sparkly powder. Shoot the thing! Why are you not shooting the thing? Shoot the thing! What do you mean? Hey, what the fuck is this shit? What? Can you please shoot the thing? Oh, so weird. I should check a C2 honestly. And just C1. What cryo members? Cryo crit damage increased by 60% for 15 seconds. After using elemental skill or elemental burst. Okay, broken. We gain 5 cold dish stacks. Yeah, that is, yeah. I remember.
Off to the freezer. Whirling snow.
I'm getting cooked by the crab.
I never knew you could process Lumitol like that. Alright, I've got to jot this down. Limitols and maritime flowers. This could open the door to a whole new world.
Yep, that's literally the plan.
That is
Wait,
literally the
hold on.
plan.
Which door are you talking about?
Wee wee. Hon hon. Oui, oui. Mon ami, woohoo.
That's strange. These don't look Grimoirian to me. More like last century Fontaine.
They don't look that one either.
Adventurers from last century Fontaine, huh? Oh, Modeste and Savelli, do you think they camped here?
By the looks of it, this was a one-person camp. They adventured together, but maybe one of them came back alone at a later date.
They may have left a journal or something.
Huh, you really think so?
Trust our adventurers' instincts. We're pros at this stuff, just like you're a pro in the kitchen. Okay, well, the Traveler has more adventuring experience overall, but Paimon's definitely a pro rummager from all those treasure chests. Darn it! Paimon was just about to show off her rummaging skills!
Huh, no kidding. Are all adventurers so obsessed with journaling? I mean, I guess I take a lot of notes when I'm cooking as well, but I thought that was just me.
Anyway, let's find out who was here.
He has so
It's been
nice
years
thighs,
since I've
man.
last visited these ruins. It's exactly the way I remember it. This place probably hasn't changed in millennia. Sadly, up above, on dry land, everything has changed. The treasure of Remoria. That's what we used to call it. Modeste was right about its potential. It turned Gâteau de Bourg into a national sensation. Our limited stock of the substance meant that the gâteau could only be produced on a small scale. But this only drove up the popularity all the more. Modeste was right about that too. He predicted all of it. He was praised as a genius, while I, as the one person who'd ever disagreed with him, was labeled a talentless fool. Modeste tried his best to console me, but I knew better than anyone just how great the gulf was between us. Our conversations grew scarce, and we saw less and less of each other. I didn't fight it. He had new friends and a career of his own. Why invite further disdain by inserting myself where I did not belong? I told myself that maybe one day, when I finally created a masterpiece of my own, I'd be able to face him without shame. Or maybe one day, when I've put these feelings of self-loathing behind me, I'd be able to ask him with a smile on my face, how about we go on one more adventure, for old time's sake? Unfortunately, that day will never come.
Damn.
So it was Savelli. From the sounds of it, he came back after Modeste had already died.
I always thought it was just a legend. But if it's true, then this must be the place where they found their secret ingredient. The birthplace of Gâteau de Bourg.
In that case, what does that say about the death of Modeste? If it's all true, maybe Savelli really did have something to do with it.
It doesn't sound like it.
The taste of Gâteau de Bourg has changed. Modeste was convinced of this, even though everyone swore they couldn't tell. Being the perfectionist that he was, he refused to accept even the slightest flaw in his work. He stopped all sales of the product, locked himself away in the kitchen, and worked day and night, vowing to find out where he had gone wrong. But as he baked and taste tested over and over again, he found he only strayed further and further from the original taste. It was only when he was sipping on coffee one day and realized he could not taste the bitterness that the truth finally dawned on him. What had changed was not the gâteau, but his sense of taste.
Damn. I mean, I hear that before a few
The treasure
times.
of Remoria stimulates the senses, taste included, and invigorates the spirit. In the
If you're
short
getting
term,
older,
it offers
your
people the
taste
ultimate gourmet
gets
experience,
worse.
but in the
So
long term,
it's a
dulls their
common thing
senses
for
entirely.
that field
In
of
hindsight,
jobs, I think.
it made perfect sense.
I hear that at
After
least a few
all,
times before.
Why would a culture that sought liberation
It's not
from
a
the
guaranteed thing,
constraints of
but
their bodies care for the loss of their senses?
yeah, on a higher
We
level,
realized it too late.
it matters.
We're just too late.
From what I know.
Over the course of his many culinary experiments, Modeste exhausted the remaining supply of the treasure of Remoria. He consumed it all himself. The finest culinary talent of his generation now faced a future in which he would never be able to taste anything ever again. Finally, in despair, he took his own life.
He nectared.
And because we had become estranged, I cannot be there to stop him, to offer some words of comfort, or even to say goodbye. Yet despite everything, he sent me his final letter.
The treasure of Remoria? Guess Monica was really onto something. It really was a kind of drug.
Well, yeah.
So,
I was
Modeste
surprised.
chose to end his own life. Then, why all the rumors that Savelli murdered him? Also, neither the Codex nor any other contemporary records make any mention of the treasure of Remoria. It's almost as if someone deliberately erased it from history.
Modeste told me everything in his final letter. His was a tale of how even a genius could fail, and how much more devastating it is when it happens. Did he hope I would gain some personal catharsis from knowing the truth? Or maybe he wished for me to warn the public about the dangers of Gâteau de Bourg, proving that I had been right all along. But if the public ever learned how Modeste's greatest triumph became his undoing, his fall from grace would be swift and merciless. 1 minute a genius, the next a joke. It would surely spell the end for his restaurant too. What would be his legacy then? How would future generations view everything we built together? I fear the scorn I have faced these last years would pale in comparison to the scorn shown to him by the history books. I cannot let that come to pass. I will do what I must to protect his name. It will mean tampering with his notes to remove the damning details, leaving mere fragments of our story behind. It may lead his family to suspect me of having a hand in his demise. But if that's the price of destroying all evidence of my crimes, then so be it.
Damn.
I would rather the world believe a tale of genius and jealousy than see his reputation in tatters. The final loose end is the evidence here, at the bottom of the sea.
I was like, wait, what the fuck is happening?
Huh? What's wrong? Didn't we say Savannah should be safe for now?
So we thought, but if Monica finds out what happened to the treasure, there's no telling what she might do.
The treasure was the people we kidnapped all along. Oh. Almost missed that one. The barbarians who take the ... are gradually losing part of ... There's no cause for worry. The desire to break free from forms of flesh and blood is also the first step to guiding them towards accepting civilization. Damn.
The treasure of Remoria.
Bit
I
scared.
have found you at
No,
last.
it's not.
Savelli, you tried your best to bury the truth, but you underestimated the children of Modeste. Some fragments of his diary escaped your clutches, and we have held on to them for generations. But I have to thank you too, Savannah. Without your help retrieving the Codex, and with it the last piece of the puzzle, I may never have
She's
found this
breathing.
place.
There's
But
movement.
now, finally, the secret to Remoria's military might is within my grasp. The treasure of Remoria is mine! It's empty. It's empty?
Monica? Oh, we were seconds too late.
Damn.
Escoffier? What's the deal with that jar?
Savelli's final act! He wanted to conceal the secret of the treasure forevermore and make sure it would never harm anyone again. So he came here after his friend's death and destroyed every last shred that remained.
This can't be happening. All the years I spent piecing together the truth. All my painstaking planning. All that for an empty jar?
It's an empty, good-looking jar.
Don't do anything stupid. This ruin is more dangerous than you realize.
I'm just saying, that jar looks fucking fantastic.
Shut your pie hole!
You dumb fucking cunt. Why do you destroy the jar? You could have gotten so much money out of that, man. You fucking retard.
To Lord Rebus.
Yes, Golem.
Barbarian shall be slain.
Freeze reaction. Freeze reaction?
She's a nutcase. A liability to herself and everyone else. Well, now it's up to us to clean up the mess she's made. Take these golems out.
I mean... I didn't even... Oh, whatever. Maybe it's because of the fighting, or maybe because Monica was too trigger happy with her explosives. It was probably.
Either way, it's all her fault.
Yep.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get out of here, Traveler Escoffier, come on!
We should take these two bitches with us, no?
Okay,
Just let them die. My god, getting shot at.
If I can't get what I want, neither
These
will
tits are
any
so
of you.
amazing.
I've got nothing to show for my life's work so far. But if I can take another so-called genius down with me in my final moment, then it was all worth it.
You're a psycho.
Yes, she is. He knows. No.
Savannah? Oh, when did you wake up?
She was never napping. What?
I may be a lousy chef, but it looks like I'm not a complete waste of space.
Nah, I don't know about that. Honestly, nah. We need to go. We're out of time.
Traveler? Okay, let's go.
Let the bitch lie there. Let her fucking die, I guess. Yeah, then let her just rot there. Fucking crazy, man. It's all falling apart now. Bitch almost got nuked by the pillar. Waiting. Stop pretending.
Savannah!
Traveler and Paimon!
Traveler and Paimon.
Venegem, what are you all doing here?
I can already tell you something.
What did you expect?
Either
us
the
to do?
rosemary
Stay at the
flower
restaurant and sit
or
on our
the
merry
Lumitor.
derrieres while the Traveler and Escoffier were out here
I don't
risking their
know.
lives?
It's the last secret ingredient or something of a
Even though that
combination of
something
them.
ended up being, well,
I feel like.
waiting for you here instead.
Or it's the rocks, but it's unlikely.
I don't deserve any of you. And I certainly don't deserve to be your head chef. It was my fault Escoffier had to leave. Then I couldn't live up to her standards. I acted like a tyrant in the kitchen. And now I almost got myself killed. Come back, Escoffier. Come and be our head chef again. I'll never be able to replace you.
Yeah, fuck no. That kind
So,
of thing.
everything I said to you the day I left, it just went in one ear and out the other?
Huh? Sorry, I was kinda in my own head at the time. All I could think about was the Lumiline situation. What was it you said again?
Forget it. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I didn't leave this job because of you. And you're not nearly as awful a chef as you think. If you were that bad, why would all your staff show up here for you?
Escoffier's right. Sure, you nitpick our work and get us to do things
Nah,
over
man.
lot,
You three
but
guys
when
are
it
just
comes
down
down to
bad for her.
You're the one who's always doing whatever it takes to make sure the customers get served on time, every time.
Things were pretty rough after Escoffier left, and Savannah's the only reason we've been able to make it through.
Another baguette guy comes again.
Our
Yaps.
customers know that
Our
Escoffier doesn't
customer.
work for us anymore.
I'm back. Welcome back,
But
buddy.
the fact is, they keep coming back. If that's not an endorsement of your work, I don't know what is. At the end of the day, we're all human, and we all make mistakes. All we can do is recognize where we get it wrong and do our best to improve. That's all that's humanly possible.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I did to Firmin and to Escoffier, it's unforgivable.
Then go back into the water
about
and
that,
drown or some
There's
shit. I
someone
don't
else
know.
here to see you, Chef.
Who is it?
It's been a while,
Oh.
Chef Savannah.
Firmin? I'm so sorry. I put far too much pressure on you. And the way I stubbornly refused to go and see you after you fell ill. There's no excuse. But I'm too late, aren't I? The damage is done. I heard that you can't even hold a kitchen knife anymore.
Actually, I think I'm going to be just fine.
Huh?
Huh?
We thought Firmin's problem was
Of
purely
course.
psychological in nature. But after the threat letter came to light, it got Firmin thinking. And then he remembered the tea that Monica used to give him every night. And as it turns out, she was lacing it with Lumaline the whole time.
Damn.
No way! Doesn't that cause nerve damage?
Nice. So she made him a retard. Amazing.
High doses pose a risk of serious nervous and sensory complications. But if you calculate the dosage carefully, you can control the extent of its effects.
Hello, Kylan. How's it
A
going, buddy?
small
Hope you
dose
day, dude.
might simply make a person more emotional, whether that mean more fragile or more hot-tempered.
No wonder it seemed like you'd lost your edge.
I asked my friends at the Fontaine Research Institute about it.
Going
They
okay?
said
How are
that with the
you?
low dose I was
Just
taking,
finishing the
risks are
Guna
pretty
girl
small.
story and
They
then
also fixed me up with some meds and said
I don't
should
know.
recover in
Besides
no
that, I'm doing good. I got Vivian's engine earlier, so everything is fine so far.
Well, that's what happens when you give someone a little bit of hope to cling on to.
There's more. We believe that Firmin was likely not Monica's only.
The story plays like a drama movie, I'm not gonna lie.
She poisoned me too?
Oh, so that's why Savannah's been so irritable this whole time.
Let's not be too quick to blame everything on the Lumiline. That stuff can only amplify what's already there. So tasty food will seem like the most delicious thing in the world, while food you don't particularly care for will become utterly revolting. So you better make sure you reflect on your behavior and apologize to every single person you've wronged.
I will.
I mean, yeah, you better do, otherwise
There's still one
we
question
just gonna
that's really
fucking
bugging me.
get rid of you like the other
Why
bitch.
is it that no matter what I do, my Gâteau de Bourg never tastes the same as yours? Is it just... I mean, is it because you're a genius and I'm not?
Yes.
It's because the heating element in your oven is broken, you silly goose.
What?
I felt like something was off during the cooking contest. Once I got around to checking all the equipment, I noticed it right away. There was a half-degree discrepancy between the temperature setting and the actual temperature.
Half degree.
All the ovens in the
Of
whole
course.
kitchen had the same problem, which confused me at the time, but by this point, It's pretty obvious that Monica must have tampered with them. I would have figured it out the day of the bake-off, since the issue affected both our teams. But of course, Monica sabotaged mine so that could never happen.
No. I spent so long trying to find out where I was going wrong, and then you pinpoint the problem in just one night?
I mean, I kinda expected it to be something
simple,
that she cannot
undeniable
control.
truth.
I don't know
You're a
why.
genius. And I'm
It was
just
one of my
plain
first
Savannah.
thoughts that
Oh, cut it out!
she
Stop the woe
used the
is
wrong
me for a
temperature.
second and
That was the
just
first thing I
think.
was thinking, but was like, it's not that
You don't
stupid.
think that might have something
But apparently
to
it's
do with it? Do you know
actually
how
that's
long I spent
stupid.
perfecting my Gâteau de Bois? 3 years! 3 whole years! I know this dish inside out, back to front and upside down. And you've been head chef now for what, 6 months? If that? A couple hundred failed attempts, and you're gonna throw in the kitchen towel? And declare you'll never be successful because you're not a genius?
Yep,
You
she's an
clearly
NPC.
have
Look at
no
her.
idea how many kitchen failures I've had under my belt, or just how long it took me to finally get my recipe to a level I was satisfied with. Genius or not, everyone makes mistakes. Modeste did, Savelli did, everyone does. You're only a lousy chef if you don't face up to your mistakes.
Everybody
Learn from
does
them, and then
mistakes,
keep chipping away
except
until
me.
you
I am
crack the problem
perfect.
once and for
I would
all.
never do that.
Surely you haven't
Who
forgotten
do you
all
think I
that.
am?
You were no lousy chef back
Now
when
go
I handed
out of
you
my
the
kitchen.
reins.
I haven't forgotten. And I'll make sure I never do.
That's our head chef.
Haha! Sounds like we won't need another changing of the guard in the Hotel de Bord kitchen anytime soon. Huzzah!
Huzzah! What the fuck was that?
Perfect ending to a crazy journey. Look how happy everyone is.
So you got your mojo back now?
Yeah. Thanks to you, Escoffier. In fact, no. Thanks to all of you.
Aw, friends again. So nice to see them finally settle their beef.
Maybe not all their beef.
Good. So now that's out of the way.
Oh god.
It's time for payback. You cheated in our last bake-off, and I demand a rematch right now.
Huh?
I,
Thanks to you, Pim. Thanks to me, yeah.
But that was mostly Monica's fault, wasn't it?
Don't give a fuck. She played well.
Right. And also, does it have to be right now? Savannah's only just got her mojo back, and you barely escaped from a death trap.
No excuses. This is a cooking contest between 2 top chefs, and nothing will stand in its way. So grab your spatula and get ready, because this rematch is happening today. Right now, this instant.
Hey, so, this whole time you were salty about losing?
Of course she is. Look at her. She's like super tsundere. Oh god, and
The
anime
second
time.
cooking contest commences now!
This time, no more games, and no holding back!
Paramount, fuck off. Don't you fucking try. Oh, it's a 5-star dish. How can you see? It shines golden. What the fuck?
I feel like I don't have the right to be here.
Yeah,
Hey, what are you so afraid of?
you're not.
You can't
Go out of
unmake it
the
now.
fucking kitchen.
And if you don't serve it, then good or
Fucking
bad,
idiot
you'll never
sandwich.
find out how to improve. If you're too scared to fail, you'll never know what real success tastes like. So?
Embrace your failure.
Taste it, digest it. That's the way to success.
I don't know. Sounds like it's easier said than done.
I'll do it.
Damn. Amazing.
The results are in! A landslide victory for Escoffier!
What a shocker. Imagine being
Quite
NPC.
rightly too. Piece of cake.
Yeah, it was a piece of cake, actually. That's what we cooked. Hatay seems very happy with the results. Like a dog.
Oh yeah, look at that! Savannah looks pretty chipper too, considering she lost.
This wasn't for you, was it? You did this for Savannah's sake.
Now, where were we? Yes. Do you have any more questions for me after everything that's happened?
What are your future plans? Are you going to stay at the Fleuve Cendre?
I thought Navia would have filled you in. And actually, I said all this to Savannah before I left. Although, as we saw, I don't think any of it sank in.
Dirk, be
I
back?
had two
Sure, dude.
reasons for leaving. One was the food safety incident, of course. But the other was that the Hotel de Boer had reached a point where it didn't need me anymore. So I decided to step down and look for new opportunities to improve myself.
Improve how?
Well, a while back, I got to know a fellow chef from Niue.
Oh my
In
god,
her,
no!
So many new possibilities.
Oh my fucking
She
god.
has that same adventurous
Spooky
spirit that
jungling.
Modeste and Sibeli had in their youth. Slime mucus, lizard tails. With her, nothing's off the table.
Oh yeah, we know
There's a
her.
whole world of new flavors out there waiting to be explored, hiding away in ingredients we overlook. Case in point, remember those Romaritime flowers down in the ruins? I used them in the cooking contest just now. Did you taste the
I
difference?
knew it. See, I fucking knew it, man. I fucking knew it. I am so fucking good. Look at this shit, man.
Half of the art of cooking is dissecting the recipes of previous chefs and figuring out the exact constellation of elements that gave their work its signature taste. And the other half, it lies in freeing yourself from the confines of the kitchen. You've got to go out and explore the endless possibilities out there.
Uh-oh. Paimon's suddenly not sure she wants to try your cooking anymore.
Yeah. You should definitely make Paimon test all of your most experimental dishes.
Don't worry, it's not going to be a free-for-all like in Modeste's time. Before I put anything into my food, I'll obviously do my research, make sure it doesn't contain any harmful substances. In the meantime,
Yeah, you
take
don't want to
this.
go to jail
It's
again.
a recipe for Petit Gâteau de Boer revised version. I tweaked it to suit your needs as busy adventurers. Hope you enjoy, and remember, feedback is
Oh.
always welcome.
Oh, okay.
Right!
A new dish, Andor.
Do you ever see yourself returning to Hotel de Boer?
Oh, of course. I've already promised Vanishem that I'll come back every once in a while to make sure the quality of the food remains at an acceptable level.
Good luck to Savannah, I guess.
You know, Paimon's still a little disappointed that we never got to see the treasure of Remoria. Surely Monica wouldn't have gotten drawn in so deeply if it wasn't for all the mystery surrounding the original Gâteau de Boer. She practically dedicated her life to finding the lost pieces of Modeste's diary. Then went to all that trouble to infiltrate the Hotel de Boer. And in the end, it was all for nothing.
Nah, it was not for nothing. She at least died at the end. Oh, no, wait. Savannah? No, no. Was this one? I don't fucking know. No. Yeah, no. No. It was the other bitch. Yeah. She sold her soul for Dream, then had a rude awakening. Her life's work became a grand exercise in futility.
Since you mentioned the treasure, between Modeste's writings and what we saw in those ruins, I think I may have figured out the truth. The so-called treasure of Remoria was most likely a substance that the Remorians extracted from Lumitoiles, better known to us as Lumiline.
Huh? So then, why all the hype back in the early days of Gâteau de Bourg.
Don't forget, it was a very different era. We could barely even refine sugar back then. So desserts were very much in their infancy. In a world of bland food, it's no wonder that the first thing to really excite people's taste buds took the world by storm. And as for the Lumiline, it may well have been somewhat valuable in ancient times. But these days, it's just another drug from the Fontaine Research Institute. Even if Savelli hadn't destroyed it all, I doubt it would be worth that much these days.
So after all that, there was nothing in those ruins but worthless junk.
No.
Feels strange to say it, but Paimon
There's
almost
this
feels
beautiful,
sorry for
beautiful
Monica. She sacrificed it all only to get nothing
bottle
in return.
that get destroyed. Okay.
Hey! Huh? Navia? You just got back from that underwater ruin, right? Well, check it out. They ran a special issue. Did you see anything like this down there? Freshly unearthed from the ruins of Rumoria. A magnificent jar thought to be over 1,000 years old. Experts say it has immense artistic and historical value. It could be worth an absolute fortune.
Yep.
Wait, isn't that the jar they used to hold the treasure?
If only it was still in one piece. Some butterfingers must have dropped it or something. It's such a shame.
Yep. Was a good quest, was very fun. Not really surprises anywhere, but was fun. Let me check out the dish. Petit gâteau de bois. Revised vision. Oui.